The reigning defending champion has arrived. This is the U.S. Poker Open, where David Peters has his eyes on a three-peat. Welcome into final table coverage of event number 5, a $10,000 buy-in, no-limit hold'em tournament. We are coming to you from the PokerGO studio in Las Vegas. Jeff Platt alongside Brent Hankson. Brent, it's David Peters coming after that Golden Eagle trophy once again.
He just couldn't stay away, Jeff. We were telling everyone he's not going to show up, not till the big ones, but Jeff, he's back looking for that third title.
And he's in 4th place as we look at our leaderboard presented by Global Poker. Free poker at its best. Imsirovic the short stack, Ausmus in 5th, Brewer in 3rd, Ren Lin in 2nd place, and Brent, no surprise to see Nick Petrangelo as the chip leader.
All the chips, all the skill, and how about that little look of his? Awfully scary today, Mr. Petrangelo.
One of the more intimidating players in the game. 3 wins on the PGT this year and 4th place on those PGT standings. Brent, touchdown Tom Brady, Ren Lin is here.
Lady Gaga, Ren Lin, no gamble, no future, always entertaining when he joins us.
And there he is, the 2019 Series champion, the 2021 Series champion. David Peters has 5 USPO tournament wins. That is a series record, and that is quite the accomplishment. Let's take a look at the payouts presented by StormX. Our final 6 are guaranteed $39,600, about a $13K pay jump from 6th to 5th. And what do you say we award more than $178,000 and one of those trophies to 1st?
That beautiful gold chalice, the only trophy that David Peters has not yet acquired inside the studio. He's hoping to take one of those home today.
The Golden Eagle keeps a watchful eye on the final table proceedings, and here we go.
Oh, 1540 for sure. Yeah.
15K, 30K, as the player said, with a 30K big blind ante.
So then 21 minutes.
Somehow we haven't mentioned this guy, Ali Imsirovic, the Bosnian bandit. His first final table here at 2022 U.S. Poker Open, and incoming Mr. Peters.
With the ace-8. Jeremy Ausmus, our PokerGO Cup champion. Ren Lin out of the way. Chris Brewer, mullet and all, lays it down. Here's Petrangelo with the 7-8 off. Petrangelo versus Peters. We've seen this matchup for years.
We certainly have, and we're going to see it for many more years to come. Defense from Petrangelo, 7-8 offsuit, plays just fine, heads up.
The flop does come 9-7-5, so Petrangelo with a pair and a gutter. Peters has that gutter in 8 high.
Favorable texture for the big blind's range. As we can see, he did in fact smash this board. Peters recognizes that this is not great. He has that equity in his mind. Ace high,
0.075.
has a gut shot as well. Very delayed check by Petrangelo. I think he took a full. Damn near 30 seconds.
Peters will check back. Turn brings the Queen of Hearts. 185K in the pot, as you see in the bottom right corner of your screen.
Petrangelo again taking a great deal of time here. There it is, the knuckle. He's got Petrangelo a sort of a bluff catcher holding. He's not going to fold. In the event that Peters were to try and bet this turn, that is a decent turn card for him. Both players content to get the showdown. Let's see if Petrangelo attempts to eke out a little value here, suspecting that that 7 is good. What hands is he hoping to get called by? Peters suggesting that he has nothing but ace high. He's reaching.
He will lead here. Lead small for 40K. Peters out of the way, and Nick Petrangelo takes down the first hand of this final table.
It's hard to fold in those spots. You're facing essentially a min bet, getting an unbelievable price with just ace high. Once in a while, Petrangelo can be doing that with bluffs where ace high is still good, but great decision by David Peters, our reigning champion.
66 entries in event number 5, creating a prize pool of $660,000. Alex Livingston in the money, along with our event 4 champion, Timon Nakamura, who won the 10K Big Bet Mix. Followed that up with a 7th place showing in this event.
75,000.
What a main for Brewer, the man with the mullet. Sort of a Kenny Powers vibe on him, Jeff.
Coming off a trip to Prague for that EPT stop. Calls on the button with the King Jack of Spades. And Ali Imsirovic has the ace queen of hearts in the big blind. Starting the hand with about 25 bigs.
He is our short stack. Still healthy, 25 big blinds. We don't see that very often at our table. Beautiful shove here, ace queen suited, easily good enough.
You say no Toji today, too early.
No Toji today.
It's like a 77?
770.
We can see Lin just posturing here, as he's been prone to do.
He'll make heroic calls from time to time, but with a guy stuck in the middle, Chris Brewer again, remember, he called on the button. You have to be concerned about that hand. This would be for half of his chips if he did make the call with King Jack suited. He knows that Ali can do this potentially with worse. Queen Jack suited, Jack 10 suited. Smaller pairs where you're flipping at best. He's giving this some thought. I really thought this was going to be a quick fold, but he's giving it thought because
it's really messing me up here.
It is Ali.
This 2.5x is really messing me up here.
Says
money in the pot.
Lin's open a little bigger than normal. So that's adjusting his calculations, and we know that Brewer is very GTO.
Well, he's happy it's not one higher, meaning I think King Queen suited.
It is 10 suited?
King Jack suited.
Big one.
Wow. Almost call, natural 9.
You're happy to give me the fold there.
Yeah, for sure.
I got natural 9, almost call. Ace 8.
What did he say he had?
Ace 8. Oh,
No,
King Jack suited.
Oh.
Well, there's one for the 2021 PGT champion, Ali Imsirovic.
Good stuff.
14 wins last year on the PGT, more than $6 million in earnings on the tour. And this year, Brent, he's already up to 4 wins, no surprise.
Just quietly having a monstrous 2022 campaign. We haven't even really talked about him much. He remains our short stack at the table with 32 big blinds. He's going to be a ferocious bulldog
What do you have? You got a pair?
to bust
No,
today. All these guys. This arguably might be the most talented final table we have ever covered. As far as resumes are concerned. This is your 1% in poker, the world's elite.
Imsirovic in 5th on the PGT this year, and that man in 4th, Nick Petrangelo.
Okay, guys, I use that table, right?
Petrangelo with 3 titles. He's won a 25K, a 50K, and a 100K this year as we take a look at his battle board.
Later.
Presented by GPI THM.
I don't think we're supposed to eat on stream.
Passes the $25 million mark, 24 million, excuse me, with a win today. Want to welcome everybody in, checking us out on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook and PokerGo. You want to tell the good people what to do if they're watching?
Please, number 1, thumbs up. Click that like button. We got to get to 1,000 in order to bring another free stream tomorrow. And of the utmost importance, make sure you subscribe. We've got goals here on our YouTube channel, on our Twitch page. Subscribe now. Show us your support, and we will continue to bring free streams your way.
Yes. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Peters going to apply some pressure here, and Ausmus wakes up with the ace-king suited in the big blind.
It's been that kind of year for Jeremy Ausmus. Good things happening left and right. Wonderful opportunity here to accumulate with a premium.
As lunch has arrived for Ren Lin.
Oh, yeah. Well, sometimes you need a little snack, a little meal.
All in. All in.
Peters not going to like to hear that. Both he and Ali are out of the way, and there's the pot for Jeremy Ausmus. Back-to-back-to-back cashes at this series for the PokerGO Cup champion.
He is one of the best. Daniel Negreanu yesterday described him as today's modern-day poker hero, Jeremy Ausmus. Clean living. You won't find a bad thing about this guy. You go on Google, type his name in, it's going to be nothing but the goods. Truly is one of the most well-respected professionals in the game.
Paul will fix that when he realizes.
Ausmus finished third in event 3, 10K no limit. 8th in event 4, 10K big bet. And here he is at this final table, 4th in chips.
Wow. Surprise.
Friendly. Very friendly.
Thank you,
neighbor.
my man.
Good neighbor.
Oh, you win a bigger the last hand. You win bigger pie, win small pie. All right.
Not a Tochi.
No Toji, no
I
Toji.
told you.
This is Ren Lin's second final table here, Jeff. The man with yogurt down in the great state of Georgia. Frozen yogurt, right? Did we get to the bottom of that?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Lives in New York, but owns that shop in Augusta, Georgia, as we take you up close to Nick Petrangelo, who raises it up with the ace-queen. Cool look at this final table.
Oh.
Imsirovic has kings.
Oh, it's cold in here now.
Oh, my. Starting the hand with less than 30 bigs.
This has cooler written all over it. Imsirovic is our short stack. Petrangelo is our chip leader.
150.
The 3-bet to 150,000.
Buckle up. There's about to be a wreck at this table.
What did you start with?
880.
Nick is a little bit disgusted. Just if you stuff it here, you're hoping to get the quick fold. Ali would never call with a hand like ace-jack. He's hoping that Ali is light. There's a chance that maybe he could elect to simply just flat call here, Jeff, and keep the pot sort of on the smaller side, low variance approach. But ace-queen might just be too good. There it
Yeah,
is.
all of it. The all-in, the call, and here we go. Ali Imsirovic, the one at risk. But in pretty good shape to find the double up. And that double up would award him the chip lead. Such a critical pot.
I think you're dead. Why'd you tell me that, man?
10-5-4, a safe one for Ali. A couple backdoor draws for Petrangelo.
3. Ace. 3, jack, queen, all okay.
It's a 6 on the turn.
All those are still okay.
Imsirovic will stay in his seat as long as an ace doesn't pop up on the river. The river is a deuce.
What a
and
start.
Ali Imsirovic is your new chip leader.
The Bosnian bandit. From the outhouse to the penthouse, here he comes.
7. Yep, all good.
Oh, the swings in this game are oh so painful. Petrangelo now drops down neck and neck with David Peters, tied for the shortest stacks, but plenty of life, guys. That's more than 30 big blinds.
More than 270 bigs on the table for another 10 minutes or so.
Ali cannot have drawn up a better start to this final table, doubling up through the chip leader to claim the chip lead outright.
Yeah, chills.
And he now also has position, of course, on Nick Petrangelo with that chip lead.
70,000.
Peters opens here with the king 10. And now it's Ausmus with 2 kings.
Cowboys for everyone. Ren Lin there, uninterested. He's just trying to finish his lunch, Jeff.
I mean, you wouldn't be interested if there was a Javier's plate sitting in front of you.
No. Don't even look at your hand, Ren. Just throw it, just throw it in the muck.
190.
This 3-bet is to 190,000.
Peters still good. Quickly gets away from the king 10 offsuit. Ausmus again collecting chips. He's had a very nice start to the day. Up over 400,000 chips since play began. Ali Imsirovic, the only other player to have accumulated thus far from that double up a moment ago.
It took Ali 14 minutes to get from our shortest stack to our chip leader. That's how fast things can change here.
What he does.
70,000.
You're up, Brent.
Imsirovic has 2 career U.S. Poker Open wins, one of just
I don't
4
pay
players
Just only
to
last.
have won multiple
you
events
out,
at the
really?
U.S. Poker Open.
Yeah, about 970.
David Peters
I tend to play.
has 5.
I don't think
USPO
Ren Lin has
titles.
looked at his hands, by the way, Jeff. He is just finishing his meal and throwing whatever he's dealt directly into the muck.
Again, we don't hate the strategy. If
I'm
it's
fine with
Javier's,
it. Yeah, I'm fine with it.
get some chips and salsa in there.
Check.
Ace 7, swing and a miss for Imsirovic. 3 to the royal for Peters, and Ali will just check muck before Peters even reaches for chips. Saving us some time. We appreciate that. David Peters, 4th on the all-time money list. Was challenged by Eric Seidel after Seidel's 2 5th-place finishes here at the U.S. Poker Open. He's going to hold him off, at least for a little bit.
And again, we did not expect to see David Peters this early in the series. We knew he would show up at some point. I just think he
No Tozy.
he had the itch, Jeff. He wanted to grind and come back for that three-peat.
Told us he was very motivated in the race to defend that trophy. He'll go blind versus blind here versus Ali Imsirovic, who is just as passionate about chasing that kind of prestige in the poker world. Imsirovic at about 1.8 million in chips. It's his 7th career U.S. Poker Open cash. First this year, although it seems like in the first couple events he amassed that typical Ali Imsirovic chip stack.
Well, we're used
early
to him
on.
having $5 million in career in year-long earnings at this point, on top of all the leaderboards. This your reigning PGT Player of the Year, GPI Player of the Year.
65,000.
Without question, one of the best players in the world.
Those were 2 of the Global Poker Award trophies that he took home. The other one being Player's Choice for Toughest Opponent.
No surprise there. Best looking opponent, of course, belongs to this man, Jeremy Ausmus. Everything he does is pretty.
Call.
Pretty defend with the ace-jack. Ren Lin open with 2 3s. 8-7-4.
And Lin, this is the difficulty when you open a very small pocket pair, like pocket 3s here. He really is just lost at sea. He has no idea where he's at in this hand. That sort of flop you would think would favor Jeremy Ausmus defending from the big blind. A lot of times you'll see guys just open fold, smaller pocket pairs, 2s, 3s, 4s, just not quite good enough. Lin is He's built different. He's going to go after this thing. More of a field player in a lot of situations. This looks like it might work. Ausmus knows that Lin can be out of line under the gun. Beautiful.
Never.
Very tight, you know.
In fact, I think you could say every one of the other 6 in the same spot would have folded the 3s.
I think that's right. You know, today's day and age, the old GTO would suggest that those little baby pairs are folds. Ren Lin says, no gamble, no future.
And that's
we open
what
the 3s.
can make Lin so tough to deal with. Very unique, creative player. Blind versus blind again with Ausmus and Lin.
Check. Go friend, right? Go neighbor.
Yeah. Very friendly.
So friendly.
Adapt between our neighbors as Ausmus flops the gut shot and
Well,
Lin flops a pair of jacks.
Yeah,
might not be friendly.
Exactly, yeah. We might have a little confrontation, no doubt. Ausmus is not going to give up queen 9 for the gut shot straight draw. Feels all right with that queen in his hand as well.
Never told you. Yeah, no, believe me.
Deuce on the turn. It's 2 pair now for Ren Lin.
A beautiful little ticket. Just in case Lin was at all concerned about being against a better jack, he can now size this up with confidence. Very likely just to blow Jeremy Ausmus off of this hand. Let's see what size he does decide on.
125.
Pretty sizable, 125 into 150.
Jeremy now has to decide. Am I still good if I make a queen? Clearly a 10 is the nuts. How about my 9? Probably not. This guy looks like he's got a jack. I don't think I've got enough equity.
He got one.
Correctly throws it into the muck.
Gonna be a 10 with 3.
Ah,
Flipped a good one.
oh, another one more strong. Never told the final table.
Ren Lin is a treat to have on our shows, to say the
That
least.
might actually be true.
USPO brought to you in part by StormX. It's PokerGo's exclusive cryptocurrency partner.
Close enough.
Yeah.
That's a great example of hands that I would always raise, but the best players in the world would fold. Petrangelo, 7-5 suited, quickly right into the muck.
Imsirovic, the king, queen of spades. Ausmus, the ace, deuce of spades. It's pretty deep, and Ausmus just lets it go.
No Toji.
Not very nice deck. I told you too much. You catch a long timing. You catch a long timing. You always told you, but only one
what are
time
they
you gonna
saying,
hand.
Tozy?
You call.
No Tozy.
And I had nothing. Nothing.
Help us out in the chat if you know what that means.
I'll tell you,
It seems some kind of
rings a
like
bell.
out of line type, you know, don't go all Tozy on me. That's what it seems like.
Tim Adams once in a blue moon told me that Daniel DeVoris' nickname was Mr. Tozies. That was about a year ago, and that's the last time I've heard that reference. I still have no idea what it means.
Ausmus opens here with the ace-jack suited. Lin has 2 9s on the button.
Oh boy, buckle up. Lin with 60 big blinds in his stack, covering Jeremy Ausmus, who has about 44, 45.
Right?
Yep.
Trickster.
You weren't playing on a college there, right?
Huh?
When you're
Never told you.
And I can't.
Ausmus's hand, I think,
Yeah,
Jeff,
zero
is
call.
probably a little too strong to consider folding pre-flop.
Yeah, I
Ace-jack
think,
suited is
If I 3-bet
pretty
like
nice.
9s or 10s, I fold.
now
Yeah,
questioning
so-
how often
and you
does
have, like,
Lin 3-bet light
whatever, king jack suited.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
whenever he, and if he doesn't do it light, how tight is that range? Is Ace-jack suited
I would have folded
in an okay spot to even consider calling? Is there a world in which we could consider putting in a 4-bet in hopes of winning it right here, right
I've
now?
had such mixed results in those spots. Sometimes it like uses ace-jack, sometimes it uses the low.
You can see it is a brutal spot for Ausmus. That face is,
super normal.
it says it all, really. He doesn't look that comfortable. He's quite annoyed.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Silly.
Silly fold?
Wow.
Silly fold.
Watching the video, you know how good you fold. No bluffing today, 100%.
let's just lay down
Yeah.
the ace-jack of hearts. Lin says not a bluff, and it wasn't.
That's a good fold.
Kind of like that.
I think 100% dominating.
Similar string.
Good fold, good fold.
Also a fascinating discussion, Brent, on the side between Petrangelo and Imsirovic talking about the hand where Petrangelo shoved with the ace-queen. And it shows you that Nick is so interested in what Ali has to say about certain situations, and I think the same can be said vice versa.
Yeah, they're always going to see these just disgusting situations unfold with these precarious stack sizes and uncertainty. What's optimal, what's not? Is ace-queen making money when we move it all in there? I don't know, Jeff. But why don't you tell us a little something? How about the walk-ins?
How about the walk-ins? We love the walk-ins. There's Ren Lin making his way into the PokerGo studio. David Peters here for the first time. Just shows up for event number 5 and boom, makes the final table. Chris Brewer, Jeremy Ausmus at a familiar place. There's Ali Imsirovic. It's a short route for him.
Comes up a set of stairs, that's it.
And he's here. And Nick Petrangelo, one of the best to ever do it. Blinds going up, 20K, 40K with a 40K big blind ante.
No gamble, no future. No gamble, no future. And like 20 seconds in, you finally fall.
And ace is solo. No, I never solo.
Never?
I never solo.
I like slow rolls.
When? One day, that day I got a pocket deuce. Pocket deuce is not solo, right?
I don't know. I didn't see him with pocket deuces.
Jeff Hall in the chat says, guess they don't read the chat. You are wrong, Jeff. We're here.
Yeah, we're here for you, Jeff. And make sure, guys, if you're tuning in right now, YouTube, Twitch, and of course, PokerGo,
Very tight today.
subscribe now to the channel. We have to have 1,000 likes as well. Click that thumbs up. You don't want to miss us when we go live, and we want to continue to bring you free coverage from the U.S. Poker Open across social media.
110.
Oh boy, blind versus blind. These are two heavy hitters. The ace-queen suited for Imsirovic, the ace-jack suited for Peters.
Yeah.
With the blinds going up, Peters starting the hand with about 25 bigs.
There's no way for him to get away from this spot. It's, again, another cooler situation with Ali Imsirovic at the moment on the right side of that. He's got Peters in a horrible spot.
250.
Not all in 3-bet to 250,000.
Ali can just send it in now. Peters is going to have sort of hand he has to call with. Will be disgusted with what he sees he's up against.
10 seconds.
Time extension used for an additional 30 seconds to act.
Yeah, and we already know at home what he's going to do. Use the time extension, a little acting career, perhaps destined for Hollywood.
$390.
Oh, and clicks it back. Makes it 390,000.
We're just clicking buttons today,
Oh, baby,
folks.
okay.
He's trying to induce.
390.
And even this for Peters, just, come on, man. Can we just get the money in already? Just put it in.
Ali raising out of the small blind. Peters 3-betting. Ali 4-betting. And there's the 5-bet shove. Here's the call, and here we go. Grimace on Peters' face says it all. He is all in, at risk, and behind. $9-7-6. So far, so good for Imsirovic. Peters needs a jack or backdoor cards to make a straight. Turn brings the deuce of diamonds. A jack and a jack only saves David Peters' tournament life.
Oh.
The river's paint, but it's a king. That does it for David Peters, a 6th place finish in event number 5 to start off his quest at the 3P.
Well, he's got a few points on the board. Obviously, not the result he was looking for here today. And I don't think he's much of an 8-game specialist, but perhaps he'll jump in the event running in the studio on the outside. I see Jean-Robert Ballon back there.
Oh, big laydown.
Chino Reem in the building. However, it is this man, young fella, Ali Imsirovic, the Bosnian bandit. Now 35% of the chips in play. Folks, he came in as the short stack. This is what he does. He takes over, controls his destiny here once again at a final table inside the PokerGO studio.
On the right side of 2 coolers. And if there is somebody who gets max value out of his strong hands, it would be Imsirovic. Final 5 guaranteed $52,800, about a $13K pay jump from 5th to 4th. And a limp from Chris Brewer.
Do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
a misclick.
a misclick.
You did it.
That was weird.
I don't know how he did that. Perhaps thought he was raising to 40,000 or thought it was 80 in his hand. I'm uncertain, but I kind of like it. Mix in the limp with the 9-8 suited for 1 big. Now you've got position against a lone opponent who, of course, has you dominated.
And you would have had position regardless.
Uh-huh. How about one more big line? Let's
play for the men.
Play a little limit hold'em. Now, Jeremy Ausmus realizes that Brewer wanted to enter this pot with a raise. For whatever reason, he is not giving Brewer credit for having much here. And of course, his instincts are spot on. He's going to continue to fight with just ace high.
Turn brings the 6 diamonds.
Now what, Brewer? Are you worried about your opponent having 3 queens, a jack? Perhaps he's got some sort of draw, and you're going to try and target that. A stubborn ace-high holding is what he's up against, and he's going to size it up now on the turn.
Betting 125,000.
I just don't see how Ausmus can consider continuing here on the turn. Your opponent has barreled 2 streets. He is telling a very believable tale.
Goofy.
That's gorgeous stuff by the man with the mullet.
Yeah, I know.
It was goofy.
Gets the better hand to fold. Chris Brewer up to about 1.4 million in chips. A new season of high-stakes poker is available now exclusively on PokerGO. Brunson, Negreanu, Ivy, and more. Battle in Poker's most iconic cash game. New episodes every Monday, now through May 23rd. Subscribe now. Use the code USPO22 to get a new annual subscription for less than $7 per month. USPO22 for the new sub.
I'll tell you what, that new season, it's none of those guys that you saw on the graphic, Ivy, Doyle, Negreanu, that makes this season oh so spectacular. We got a couple newcomers that went
Rev it up.
bananas on high-stakes poker, like the good old days. Make sure you check that out.
Petrangelo opening here with the King 10 to 90K. And these are the moments, ladies and gentlemen, where Ali Imsirovic pounces as chip leader.
How much? 200?
200.
Yeah, we have to figure out what to
2
do
million?
about it, 'cause
Three.
It's like an actual
3 million?
issue, but like the dog's being friendly.
Oh my man.
It's just like gets really excited and won't stop jumping on me.
Yeah, yeah.
But like it's all night.
Can't yell at it. Can't be mean to it.
Well, and then if we put it like if we try to
Petrangelo,
put it,
our
like,
short
outside
stack,
the wind,
22
and then
bigs.
just
If he
crying
just
the whole
thinks
night,
that
then
Ali
You
can
might
be
get a little crate.
messing around with light
then
3 bets
creates all
here on the
fine.
button,
Wait,
is King
if
10
she-
off
it's
a
like $40
candidate good
just
enough
add this, like, it's like some random new issue.
perhaps consider calling, taking a flop out of position, or giving him
very
the old
strange.
pile driver,
It's like he,
Petrangelo style, right in the middle.
That's really odd.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lays
Or
it
there's
down.
that, just fold.
I folded a good pair.
Sixes?
Yeah.
Inhale, inhale.
I get to bed like 2 a.m.
Imsirovic starting to take control, as we've seen time and time again. 14 wins on the PGT last year. Petrangelo has 3 wins this year. Just won a 25K, a 50K, and a 100K.
It started off on fire. Stairway to Millions, and of course, the PokerGO Cup. Petrangelo, top 5 on the leaderboard. Jeremy Ausmus has
Any us?
moved up the ranks as well.
How much you got? 130?
Ausmus in 6th on the PGT
Okay,
standings.
friendly. Chop, chop.
Call. Option.
No tozy slot.
Brewer will check the king deuce suited. Ace queen 3, couple backdoor draws for Brewer, top pair for Ren Lin.
If there's anything that we have seen from Chris Brewer, it is that he just does not give up on pots. Lin sort of bails him out here, checks the flop. Clearly now he knows he's got the nuts with 3 aces. Maybe Brewer, the power of king high, even if Lin does bet, I'm so used to seeing Brewer as a non-believer. He just makes you show him a winner time and time again. And I'm not saying that he's a station by any means. He just understands that king high can easily be the best hand here. I do not fault him for making this call, even though he's stone dead.
River brings a jack. $220K in the pot.
Cut. 185.
Lin will fling in 185K.
And for Brewer, we're not really concerned about that river jack. It's unlikely our opponent would have rivered a straight with king 10. He's simply just trying to decide, have I been up against an ace the whole time?
Maybe.
Is the guy value betting a queen?
I can pick
Does he
one.
have nothing?
Yeah.
He settles on folding
That's
correctly.
What?
Good fold.
I hope you pick a deuce.
I think you flipped that ace.
Ace Lady Gaga, my man.
He's queen's a big hand.
It wasn't quite that,
I
but
didn't have a
pretty
pick.
good.
Oh, I had a pair of aces. Good tickle though.
Good for, good for.
I almost do what you did. Just now, I was like, holy.
Yeah. I don't know. It was a weird thing when I realized it. I was like,
Lin with ace king on the button.
Oh, hi.
I had a close hand whether or not I wanted to.
Come on, Lin, give us a little phrase, huh?
Then all of a sudden I was like, oh, crap.
Little Tom Brady. Lady Gaga. No gamble, no future. Give it to us. Nothing.
Instead, he silently slides out some more purple chips. Makes it 225,000.
No toasty.
Ali just loves to fight.
450.
Yeah,
Look at this.
The 4-bet with the king jack. Timing going to be a little off on this one, but you got to
450.
admire the effort.
All in.
Just a snap all in
No
from
gamble,
Lin.
no future. Come on. Ali, keep bluffing me.
I tried.
No toasty.
Big
I tell
mistake.
you, final table.
Big mistake.
That puts some Imsirovic and Lin about neck and neck
Just
for the
can't
chip
wait to
lead.
shove. And hoping you snap a call.
You want to be snap called?
Let's check in on event number 6. 15K buy-in, 8-game mix. And that means we'll bring in a few characters who we don't see too often during a tournament series, like Jean-Robert Ballant,
I would take
like Elia Lesra.
I would take the under 3.5 players that are actually in the 8 game right now who have played any of the No Limit events
Yeah.
thus far. This is a totally different crew. How
David
about
Baker, Brian Maicon, and
Yeah.
of course one of those players,
there's one,
Daniel Negreanu.
He's probably one of the favorites, believe it or not, in this
I didn't told
8-game
you what
specialty
hang it.
series,
All gotta go
8-game mixed.
Maybe now.
Between us, we could probably name about 6 of the games.
Also would take the under.
You're so rich. One more bluffing. One
How
more.
much you got?
He is 2.7.
It's 2.7?
No, 2.5.
I got
Not-
I got a little more than you.
No, 2.6.
Me too.
But I'm better player, you know.
That's true.
Never told you. You told you too much.
I told you a lot.
Toji, got to be a bluff.
Tie.
Glad I got it this time, guys.
You just announce it.
Should.
You have like 1 point.
I had like 1.2 to stall exactly, I think. Oh.
All good.
And for that 8 game tomorrow, I believe on the call we've got Ali Najad and Maria Ho.
Oh, there we go.
Gonna jump in the booth.
Bring Maria into the
you sound like
USPL.
800 and like
Exciting. So you
20
folks on
millions,
YouTube
up
and
to like
Twitch,
3 million something.
of course on PokerGo, opportunity to hear those guys talk a little 8 game. Make sure,
Two times.
cannot
queen,
stress
big
this
hand. What are you
enough, I'll
gonna
say
do?
it a lot. We need 1,000 likes and thumbs up and subscribe. Subscribe now. Do it to our
yes.
channel.
Sorry,
Show
sorry.
us the support,
Only
and we
told
will
you,
bring
dealer.
you free streams, just like we gave Chris Brewer Pocket Aces.
Brewer opens here with the goods.
It's like a.
And
1
Lin has
point-
7s.
1.5 or something now.
1.2, right? It's like a
1.4.
30 big blind. Okay. Friendly.
Well, good
Just
decision.
calling out
Right.
of the big
That
blinds.
very well could have gotten ugly. Brewer only
Absolutely.
started with a little more than 30
I took
bigs.
that.
Lin, of course, our
Good play.
neck-and-neck chip lead with Ali. Here we go.
Lin checks in the dark, comes 9-8-3, 2 diamonds. Brewer does have the ace of diamonds.
Great texture for Brewer. I think he's going to get further action from Lin. No way does Lin.
Ah,
Oh,
wait,
look at this. A
ooh,
little
checks
crafty
back.
check back.
Jack of diamonds on the turn, flush draw now for Brewer. Lin also with a gutter.
He'll be happy to see that he has that ace of diamonds in his hand. Lin, quick check again over to Brewer. I think we gotta try and get a little value here.
Brewer agrees
75.
at 75,000.
And it's like he knows exactly where he's at. Just begging for a hand like 2 sevens to call, maybe a single 8 or a 9.
You told you? Or not?
A lesser diamond he's hoping would peel for that flush as well. Beautiful stuff.
Okay, I show you show, right?
Oh. I don't think Brewer's going to be happy about that.
Oh, that guy bluffing me. Okay. He's bluffing me.
You heard
I'm
Negroni
friendly.
shout
I
out,
show
no
him
gamble,
and
no
he don't show me.
I didn't say I'd show.
Oh,
I didn't agree to any deal.
Yeah, you just showed me.
Right? I show you all the time, right?
5 left in
yeah,
event
So he-
number
so he can
5.
get a
Personally, I don't
free
show
play.
very much either, so.
I had a hand I was embarrassed to show.
No more show you. Oh, okay, you told Jimmy. Okay.
I'm gonna be all judged. And I don't want anyone to see it.
No judgment here.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want
Global
that
Poker,
hand.
free poker at its best, presenting sponsor of the U.S. Poker Open.
We can see the video later.
Where are you? 85?
He got trouble now.
He got trouble.
Fireplace.
I had
Guarantee.
something. I had a little something.
You my friend now. Only him.
Brewer with the ace-jack of spades.
Okay, no more show now. This now.
How much do you have, Jeremy? You have like 1.2.
10 seconds.
Low was 9, 1.1, 2.5.
Time extension
Grab.
used by Brewer. Taking a peek at the different stacks around the table.
300.
Really?
And he'll 3-bet and win.
Did you watch his eyes there after he said 300? Just he was looking for Ali to snap fold, because if he didn't, he knew this could get ugly. Such a brutal spot. When you have those sorts of hands and there's 2 short stacks around you, you know you've got to make those raises. Try and collect the pot, but just have that fear of being cooled off, you know, and Brewer has been cooled off time and time again over the last year.
You're gonna be happy when you watch
He's
that.
experienced some brutal bubbles,
I
to
saw
say
you
the
so
least.
many
Most
hand-
notably at
everything.
Super High Roller
You
Bowl.
didn't show me.
Finished 4th when it paid 3.
One
That
pound.
was about $1
Showed you the
million
ace of
bubble.
clubs.
That's as brutal
I
as it
wanna show you the
gets.
ace of diamonds. I was embarrassing.
This is Brewer's first cash of this year's U.S. Poker Open. He was spending some time in Prague. Can't
Talked to
blame him.
Chris, and the only reason he went there, Jeff, aside from, of course, the outstanding poker to be played, is he missed taking trips and vacations. A city he's never been to. He took advantage of the opportunity, went out there, and had a couple results as well.
Really? 200?
That's right. He finished in 4th place at the 50K at EPT Prague. Nick Petrangelo finished in 3rd. How about this hand as Ali opens here? Ausmus 3-betting to 200,000, and Lin looking down at ace-queen on the button. Time bank used for another 30 seconds to act.
It's like a 1 million, right?
I think 1.1.
1.1.
1.125.
This really is a tough spot for Lin, understanding that Ausmus is so short, 3-betting off of that 28 big blind stack. You've got Ali Imsirovic, who's the chip leader to worry about.
2.45.
Lin is deciding if he can make it around 5 or 600,000, which would commit himself to Jeremy Ausmus, yet also leaving chips behind in the event that Ali Imsirovic actually had a great hand. Or we
Lays down
fold.
the ace-queen.
Wow.
Oh, I don't know what's him. No good. That's no good.
Shows the ace.
No good. You have
And that
higher
ace.
than an ace in your hand?
was not good.
Joker?
Two jokers.
Ausmus gets away with one there.
Yeah, what a life, huh? Most beautiful man in poker, winning all the pots.
And winning all the series, really. The heater is real. What a last year or so it's been for Jeremy Ausmus. A couple bracelets, that PokerGO Cup. Almost 40 cashes, 8 podium finishes. Pretty remarkable run that he's been on.
I'm just sitting here quietly. I'm sitting here quietly limping. Just let me be, man. I'm just trying to see some fucking flops.
Let the fish be.
Yeah.
Oh, I voted 10-9.
You guys keep re-raising before the flop. I just want to see some calls.
Final 5, guaranteed $52,800, about a 13K pay jump from 5th to 4th. Up top, more than $178,000 and 178 points. Race for the Golden Eagle Trophy. Race that Shannon Shore currently leads.
We've played like 2 pots that have seen a flop.
I don't know if Shannon is playing the 8-game event. I'm going to keep an eye on the
Somebody making
chip counts. And by the way, if you guys do want to tune into live reporting, head on over to pgt.com, click on live reporting, and you will see all of the updates from
that's what Jason does. He just
today's
shows up with his can of soup.
8-game event. That's a $15,000 buy-in.
He would just pull it out and throw it and just don't.
I think it's Dineg.
Imsirovic, a sizable raise out of the small blind. Goes 5x with the 10-5 off. Maybe put an Ausmus in a really difficult spot considering Petrangelo's stack.
And this is part of the new era theory, how to play blind versus blind to perfection. Ali will do that with the good and the very bad as well. It will remain balanced with that sizing. Applies tons of pressure.
Really handcuffs Ausmus in that position. Because even Jack 10 was not good enough. Petrangelo with ace-queen this time.
This has to feel pretty darn good. Petrangelo came in with the chip lead, quickly got cooled off by Ali Imsirovic. He has not found a hand since. Levels have gone up. He's now drifted down to 15 big blinds before this encounter right now, potentially with Ren Lin. He's hoping to get a little action here. He needs to rebuild.
Lin will flick in the call.
Hey, what?
Will be heads up to this flop. Eight in the window, ace behind it though.
Choke.
So ace deuce eight, 2 spades. Lin has a pair of eights in the backdoor flush draw.
An ideal scenario for Petrangelo at the moment. Almost guarantees himself that he's going to get further action as Lin has connected. Question is sizing. Got a hand this big, top pair, great kicker in position.
I do think that king jack
he is
suit
electing
close.
to size it up. No more down bet.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're doing it.
Which we have seen time and
Yeah,
time
that's the
again.
thing, like,
You're supposed to look at like king 5 suited sometimes.
yeah, I'm
quick
just never
call.
gonna do it. Yeah.
Petrangelo now with
No, but I
395K
agree.
behind and 480K in
I
the
think you have
spot.
to king queen. So obviously, if I just have king 10 suit them, I still might just.
That one.
Yeah.
But like,
Petrangelo is loving life. He's set up potentially a turn shove with the best hand. He's hoping to get called by a worse ace,
Yeah.
possibly a good 8.
it's fine because I had looked.
Huh?
I had looked before, like at the button, and like the button, you'll shove. Like,
All of
right
it.
on the button, you'll shove. That was,
There
like,
is
the
that
exact
turn
right.
shove.
Let's see if Lin takes the bait. Presence of 2 flush draws out there. Could Petrangelo have some sort of draw? Could he be bluffing? That's all Lin has is a bluff catcher with this pair of 8s.
How much?
95.
We've mentioned before, Lin a bit more of a field player than most.
395.
Yep.
I feel like I was gonna get you on that one, actually.
Huh?
I feel like I would have got you on that one.
I think so too. I'm
Yeah.
so glad you
I
folded.
feel like the ace queen devil beats the
Yeah.
jack tail.
Time bank used for another 30 seconds to act.
So almost like a 400, right?
Yep.
Lin trying to get anything off of Petrangelo,
Good
who is
luck.
a statue at the moment.
10 seconds.
Absolute worst spots to be in poker, where you are essentially flipping a coin, guessing. Petrangelo's so good at doing this to his opponents.
Another time bank has been used.
You can just leave the clock going, by the way.
Okay, no gamble, no future. Let's go.
Does make the call, and here we go.
Ace queen always, right? Yeah.
I got a lucky 8.
A lucky 8. Oh boy.
Lucky liver.
Lin will need that lucky 8. King would be
Toshi?
quite lucky as well.
No Toshi. You lucky liver.
Petrangelo in line for the double up, but still one card to come. It's a 6.
Two card flush.
And here comes Nick Petrangelo.
Yeah, that feels
How much
so good. He is no longer the short stack, inches ahead of Jeremy Ausmus, and now back to 30 big blinds, a bit more comfortable.
And did you hear Ali say before he
Okay.
revealed his cards, that's got to be ace
Gotta be
queen,
ace
right?
queen, yeah.
That's quite impressive.
All about the sizing, I think.
like
Ali able to
42.
diagnose exactly what Petrangelo would be doing with a variety of hands.
Nick, you're gonna have like 1.5.
Look at the payouts presented by Stormax.
1.2.
Final 5 will get at least
1.3.
$52,800.
Okay, okay.
First place prize, 178K. 10 players cashed in this one. Tamon Nakamura, our event 4 champion, eliminated on our final table bubble, finished in 7th.
I think
Petrangelo back to
deep,
about
you're
30
not.
days.
Not that time.
You get a screen.
Petrangelo folds King 10, Ali opens with King 10. And Ausmus has Ace Jack on the button. Now the shortest stack at 30 bigs.
See what Ausmus decides to do with this awkward stack size of 30 bigs that you mentioned, Jeff. He is the short stack. Does he have enough to simply 3-bet without moving it all in?
7.
And he is going to just simply
Effectively
commit
shoving.
himself.
And that gets through for Jeremy Ausmus.
Where did he make it?
700.
PokerGO Cup champion.
You have 1.4.
With a first, a second, and 2/3 in that series. US Poker Open brought to you in part by Zenny, eyewear for everyone, including Brent Hanks.
That's right. I love my Zennies. I've been wearing them for over a year now. Even Jeff, you tell me I look good in these
You
things.
do. I certainly wouldn't give you a compliment if I didn't mean it.
That much is true.
6s now for Lin.
85.
Great. 85.
Queen Jack offsuit for Chris Brewer. Thinks it's a good 3-bet spot here. We'll make it 285,000.
How much you got behind?
I saw it with like 1.4.
Total of 1.4, right?
Yep.
The no gamble, no future sticker.
All in.
Wow.
And the all in with the sixes.
This work. No Tozy.
Exactly what we love to see from Ren Lin.
Oh, this guy is the best, isn't he? Whips that thing out of his pocket. No fear for Ren Lin.
Incredible. The 2022 World Series of Poker is right around the corner, and there's no better time than now to lock in a PokerGo subscription so you don't miss any of the action. Sign up for a new annual subscription or upgrade now using the promo code USPO22 to save $20 off the yearly price. Well, we were introduced to Ren Lin at the 2021 World Series of Poker. Really have enjoyed getting to know him and just love having him at our final tables. And that's evidence as to why. That was awesome.
Yeah, he shoots back up, second place in chips, right behind Ali again. More than 50 big blinds for Ren Lin.
Great. 85.
You think we could talk Ren into
You
taking
vote
care of us,
bigger
Jeff?
one
A
for me.
little flight
That's
into
what you-
Georgia.
I
Yeah.
think it's first
Head
time,
into the
right?
yogurt shop. We'll
Yeah.
do a yogurt review
Ooh,
for our show, No Gamble, No Future.
I like that.
2 stacks of blue.
And we'll convince Ren he's got to pay for our flights and our
Uh-huh.
stay
yeah.
and
I
pay
have-
for
I
the
got
yogurt.
1.2.
You think he'd go for that?
Probably, yeah, I think
Yeah,
he
it's
would. I
fine.
think
Let's
he'd
talk
send
to
us
him after
there.
the show. Yeah,
Let's
let's.
see how many that I
make it
want.
happen.
That's fine.
Yeah, 1.2 next.
Me?
Nah.
A few different yogurt places in Augusta. I didn't know if I'd Google it and there'd be like one, and we knew that was Ren Lin's.
Do
or
we
a
know the
few.
name of it? We don't know
I
the
don't
name.
think so. We'll have to ask him.
Certainly could use that information.
140.
And Ali again attacking Ausmus. This time goes a little bit more than 3x with the sizing. So he is changing the sizing, perhaps based on the relative strength of the hand. Stone 0, he did a 5x open. Here, Queen 9 thinks it's probably okay, even for the times he gets called, and he does get called by worse.
A 6-4 rainbow. No player connects.
What's a down bet? Well, it's that. He raises to 140 pre. And on the flop, he only bet 60,000, and that is just as effective as betting a third pot or half pot or 3/4 pot. It's all about representing the strength of that hand.
Ali, you got 3 million now?
2.6 or something? Maybe a little less than that, actually.
He just makes it look so easy every single time at a final table, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
2.5.
Imsirovic's 7th career U.S. Poker Open cash. Had 5 last year, ended up finishing in 3rd place overall. With a win, a 2nd, a 3rd, a 4th, and an 11th.
Great. 85.
Petrangelo opens with 7s, and Ali has queens on the button.
Oh my good. Again, another sort of cooler scenario unfolding in favor of the phenom, Ali Imsirovic.
200.
3-bet is to 200,000.
Petrangelo just has to be sick about it right now. Last time Ali did this, he had the goods with 2 kings, and Nick had a qualifier with ace-queen. Again now, a hand I think good enough where he can go all in here, 4-bet with 2 7s. He gets a lot of folds for the times Ali is bluffing.
All
Here
of
it is.
it, and the call.
Amazing.
Oh, wow. Too Lady Gaga.
Petrangelo all in at risk with 7s against Imsirovic's pocket queens. Another 3-bet for Ali, this time with the goods, and might just get paid off. $2.4 million chips in the middle. 10-9-3. No help to Petrangelo. Needs 7 or backdoor cards to make a straight. Turn brings another 10. Petrangelo down to just 2 outs. Can he find one of them? He cannot.
Good game, bud.
We say good game to Nick Petrangelo. Out in 5th. $52,800. 53 points in the race for the Golden Eagle.
And on the board here at the U.S. Poker Open.
Again,
Again, he took home the Stairway to Millions main event back in January. He's top 5 on the PGT leaderboard. 4th to be exact. Ali Imsirovic is 5th, I believe. He is stacking chips once again, working on nearly 50% of the chips in play.
Updated look at the leaderboard presented by Global Poker. Free poker at its best. And Brent, you said it, Ali Imsirovic. Almost 3.8 milli. Ren Lin in 2nd. Ausmus and Brewer effectively tied for 3rd or 4th.
And it is a cold day here in Las Vegas compared to most. And a lot of cold decks going on out there in favor of Ali Imsirovic. Cooler after cooler. He's eliminated Petrangelo and Peters. Unavoidable situations.
And again, part of what makes Ali so dangerous is we've seen him 3-bet light plenty, just as much as he 3-bet with the goods.
Oh, he bluffs more than anybody. And
One more.
today he's just full of premiums.
Part of why he was voted Player's Choice for Toughest Opponent at the Global Poker Awards. And that's only voted on by the top 100 in the GPI rankings.
You played a miss game today?
Came in as the short stack with 800,000.
For me.
Now sits
I'm not good at
a
it.
hair below
I don't
4
play
million.
a lot of mix.
We've been playing a little over an hour, and this is what he's done.
I don't like
Incredible.
I think it's limit. Limit is too
It's limit.
slow.
It's got no limit and PLO too.
No, limit's actually super fun.
But limit can bluff, or no?
It's hard to bluff.
Right, even no
Yeah,
bluff,
no
I can
total
play.
Lines going up, 25K, 50K,
No,
50K, big blind ante. Players talking about jumping into the 15K 8-game
Well,
mix.
maybe not better.
No, it feels
Oh, it's
good.
got to feel better. Because it's just never supposed to work.
It's just like never the big bet, you know, and they make them some huge fold.
That's true.
It's like some little dinky bet. They're at the bottom of their range. Fold.
Now the coolest is
But
if
it's
you
rewarding.
do get to like check raise on like final straight and get a fold, that is actually really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very cool.
When they're getting 11 to 1.
Yeah, I mean it like doesn't happen much, but
Ali Imsirovic's last win came 15 days ago. Won a 10K high roller at the
Now you got
win for
4 million,
180K.
Yeah.
Does seem to win a tournament once every 2 or 3 weeks, so this would make sense.
50.
No toji, no toji.
I have
1.3-ish.
See Brewer just fold the queen 9 on the button. Doesn't
No,
want to
no,
get involved
less.
here.
1.1 maybe.
10-8 suited for Imsirovic in the small blind, and with Ausmus' stack, he's just going to rip it in. Non-qualifier
okay.
for Ausmus.
oh, sorry.
You know I'm not folding that one.
I know she'll be 6 pips too wide. I'm still shoving, so.
Chip denominations presented by Storm X. Blue chips are 5K, purple chips 25K apiece.
This call does a bunch of scratches in it. I mean, you can only see it in the light, but
Got the ace of spades, huh?
maybe.
You're cheating?
Fold.
Oh wow.
50.
Yeah,
Take
so it's
it.
this one. But I don't know, it's not that bad. It's only if it's only like this exact angle when the light hits it.
Yeah.
So I don't think anyone else would really be able to see it. I would just keep it. And, yeah.
Someone
I
scratching
think
the
I'm in
cards,
spot where
Jeff?
the light hits it
Maybe just
exactly.
very slight scratches.
The little shufflers do that too.
Yeah.
You know, it's a. They can beat them up.
I like these cards though.
I just think we'll like after the ace queen hand we played, we just have to be heads up.
It feels so likely.
Yeah, I just think like the poker god was like there. You guys,
You guys deserve after that spectacle.
Tozy, no Tozy.
What's that mean, bluff?
Bluff or no bluff?
Okay.
You gotta play. You gotta see.
Oh, it's me, you got it, right? Easy game, easy game.
Ausmus is
tell
so
you never,
polite.
right?
I mean, he's clearly bluffing with the
I know,
queen seven.
You good neighborhood.
Now, according to
when he mucks, it's fine.
Buttholosaurus on YouTube, great name by the way.
Show me
Peachy
sometime.
rolls,
Right.
ice cream, and
Very
frozen
off-putting.
yogurt. That is
Okay.
the name of
Well,
Ren
I
Lin's. We're going to take his word for
I
it.
hope
What?
he knows. I mean, that is one of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, clearly someone named
you can't just-
Buttholosaurus would
anytime I
not
wanna see
make anything up on
someone show my
YouTube,
hand.
right?
Fair.
Chad is
fair.
very honest.
One time in the tournament enough, right? But I saw you 10 times, you didn't show me one. No respect. Yeah.
I never show my hand to anyone.
It looks terrific. I hope it's his place.
You do have the small blind though.
Nice try.
Can I get my card back?
Nice selection of toppings.
You have a million?
Yeah.
Ali opens with the Queen 8, Brewer defends with the
Nine.
Jack 9.
20 behind. I don't know.
Comes King at 9, 8. Brewer checks. Ali bets them in.
This is fascinating for me to watch Ali Imsirovic work his magic. What do? You open light on the button, you connect on this sort of board and texture, bottom pair, bet them in. How do we proceed? Obviously, Brewer came along with the call. Pot now up to 375,000. Would suspect Brewer to check again as that flush comes home. He's got a very vulnerable hand. But now what for Ali? How crafty do we get and why? Checks back.
Another 9 on the river for Brewer.
Gin for Brewer. And is this the sort of card that can get him paid off? If Ali thinks that Brewer could have plentiful draws on the King 9-8 2-spade flop, certainly a variety of straights missed. He has to be concerned about being up against a 9, no doubt, as well as a king. Brewer sizing it up. You can see this, 325,000.
325.
How does he
Oh,
know?
and Ali just the
How
snap
does he
fold.
know? He just throws it in there. He is so good.
Wow.
Oh, thank you.
Cheesecake and cookies and cream yogurt with brownie bites and cheesecake bites at Peachy Rolls. Wow.
So you want to go now, right?
Yeah,
that's right up your
now I'm
alley.
feeling it.
You a big
This is my
cheesecake
zone.
guy?
Oh, shit.
I like
I didn't think
cheesecake,
about
but
it.
a
I wouldn't
cheesecake
have
flavored yogurt I could be into.
I love
where's
cheesecake,
the-
Jeff.
yeah,
I'm not a
yeah,
big
let
cake
them
guy.
keep
I don't like
But cheesecake is
normal
your zone,
cake.
yeah.
Mostly
Oh,
Cheesecake,
thank you.
yeah.
You guys so nice. Only aces.
I didn't realize you left somehow.
Thank you, thank you.
I did, but I was just confused.
Big hand now, guys. Let's play.
Maybe,
I'm about
as
to
it's the
get
Queen
fucking-
Jack of Spades.
I'm
They
about to lose
waited
too
for Ren to
many
come
chips.
back.
Okay, you guys respect me. I respect too. I fold.
Whoa, whoa,
Oh.
I showed it later.
I got a big hand.
Wait, what
That's
happened?
fair. That's fair. I
He
mean,
wasn't allowed to play it?
no, he was allowed. I mean, he came back late. The
Whoa.
players wanted to wait for him.
You gotta respect me. You're waiting me. You
That is
know?
respect.
Nice respect to you.
Players were
Right?
waiting for him to come back. He says, you know what? I'm not going to play the queen jack suited.
I
tell
don't
you,
get it.
I only got an aces play. Aces I came for.
No Tochi today. You're too nervous today.
It's silent and then nervous.
Yeah, queen jack
Nice,
suited, man.
Very nice.
Playing
Right, but he's saying he's
four-handed. I
he's
don't
saying
care about
I shouldn't have
respect.
been-
I care about the money. You don't want to win the tournament. What's going on?
He's just saying, I probably shouldn't have been allowed to play that hand, so I'm gonna fold it
Why not? Why wasn't he allowed to play that
because
hand?
he didn't get back in time.
$1 million?
Well, then why didn't the dealer just pull the hand?
Because the action was on Ausmus.
Nice. I
It's
need
almost 1 point.
And they kind
Nice
of
too.
held it up for him.
1.125 maybe.
But didn't they hold it up so he could play the hand?
Yeah.
And he still didn't play the hand.
Yeah. Ooh, Ausmus raising out of the small blind to 135,000 with the sixes. Ausmus with king queen.
Huh?
All in.
All of it.
Whoa.
Imsirovic making the call, and here we go. This is quite the crucial flip
Blind on
at
blind.
this stage. With 4 players
You're running
left.
too hot this FT, man.
Yeah, man. It's time to lose one though.
I don't think that's how it works.
They only have some pals this shield too.
They really do.
This is the test of
Jeremy's
ECO.
run hot in these spots. Jack 7-4 with 3 diamonds, which makes Ausmus a slight favorite with the queen of diamonds in his hand.
Oh, I've seen it
Yeah,
time
that's
and time again. A case of too many outs.
Well, queen of clubs is a pretty good turn card if you're Jeremy Ausmus.
It's going to be hard to lose this one.
It limits Ali to just the 6 of hearts.
If you,
He's trying to double.
I don't know, 6 of hearts was pretty tough.
That'd be impressive.
But still got a 6, right?
Anyone can do it.
1 out to
Ooh,
eliminate Ausmus, and it does not come.
Almost a six. Upside down one.
No 6
was
club.
black.
Jeremy
Yeah.
Ausmus up to 2.3 million.
Found
9,
Ali's
10,
kryptonite,
11,
Jeff.
1,
It's this guy,
yeah.
Jeremy Ausmus.
2, 5, 3, 5.
Turn card was a tough one for Ali to recover from. He maintains the chip lead. Ausmus in the second, Lin in third, Brewer in fourth.
And it really is anybody's ball game still. I mean, Ali has 54 bigs, Ausmus 46, Lin around 40, and Brewer 24. Essentially a double up away from being tied for the chip lead.
Thanks.
Look at the
Lady
payouts
always
presented
coming,
by
right? Lady Gaga's
Stormax.
good.
About a 20K pay jump from fourth to third.
100.
Final 4 guaranteed
So-
66K.
Dude, what are you doing? You switched chips like 80 times, you know.
No, I don't know how much. Just lose my mind.
8-7 of diamonds from Imsirovic. Lays it down.
I don't have it in
I was
me.
just like, I look at the big
Clearly,
line, it just was changing.
Ali knows what to do with that hand. It's fold, stay out of harm's way.
You can
Expects Brewer to be opening
blame me on the
relatively
calling.
tighter range as
That
the
would
short
be
stack
nice.
under the gun, even
And-
four-handed.
And Lin will defend with the 6-3 off. Jack 9.
And a powerful flop for Brewer. He's got the pair, of course, and that ace of shovels.
50.
What is Lin thinking about?
Does like to act it out a little bit on certain folds.
He does crazy bluffs. I've seen some hand histories
That's true.
on the live reporting on
That's
day
true.
one, and
10 seconds.
if he just doesn't believe you, sometimes he goes for
This
it.
will not be one of them.
Cozy again.
No, Tochi. Big hand. No, Tochi. Too scared of Ali to Tochi.
2.7 something?
Okay. I have 2.3.
A lot of questions about Chris Brewer and that beautiful mullet of his. I can
As
tell you that
Rafi says, sorry, real quick. I'm
Yeah.
looking at Brewer's haircut and it looks like an NHL player from the 80s. So that was pretty good. All right, go
that's
ahead.
real good, Rafi. And about that 80s NHL haircut, he's in a prop bet with, I believe, El Jefe,
Yes, sir.
the founder of PokerGo, where not sure what the exact amount is, but it's a 4-figure sum, from what I understand, per month to continue to grow that mullet. Brewer thinks he's just going to keep on going.
He did say that his girlfriend wants to dye the mullet,
Then you
perhaps in a lavender color.
And he
That'd be
threatened to cut it
spectacular.
off,
Yeah,
right? He
then
can't dye it. He might just have to end it.
I don't know how much money that'll take.
I'll tell you what, I'll grow anything on my body if I'm getting 4 figures a
Yeah.
month to do it.
And that's Stone Min 4 figures for you. That's just $1,000.
Shop
You'll
is
do-
open.
Yeah.
I'll grow anything.
Lin led with just 5 high. Brewer happy to make the call with top pair. Turns the gutter to go along with the pair of the 10s.
You ever had a mullet, Jeff?
I have not, no.
Ever consider one?
I have not, no.
Have you ever had a different haircut other than the one that I've seen you in for the last 5 years of my life?
I have not really, no.
Same thing since middle school, elementary school?
Pretty much, yeah.
Sort of a
little
little
more sideways at early on.
when you were younger, a little
Just the
side part
and the
there.
side, yeah,
but
yeah.
always the fluff right in the front.
Pretty
kind of
much,
a little,
yeah.
a little volume,
Volume,
a little
yeah.
product.
Yeah, for sure.
135.
Lin going to fire 135K with just 5 high.
Call.
Brewer makes the call. It's a good call at that.
Tochi?
mistake.
All right, I'll show this one. There you go.
Maybe don't need to show me.
Mistake.
And with that, Brewer in the third. Lin now the shortest stack after having the chip lead oh so briefly earlier at this final table. Whoops.
Told you he was capable of bluffing with the old 5 high on that board.
Oh.
Very high.
Reaches for the chips with the king-8, then decides against it. Brewer with ace-5 in the small blind. Just limp in.
You got 1.5?
And Aliyah 7s.
1.57.
And that
Behind.
is roughly
1.6.
30 big blinds and change.
$175.
There's the raise from Imsirovic to 175,000.
Brewer is tied with Lin for the shortest stack,
All in?
essentially.
All
Oh,
of
boy.
it.
Okay.
The 7s are good enough for Imsirovic, and here we go. The limp shove for Brewer puts him all in and at risk.
Heads up.
I feel like I'm gonna win this one.
I'm not saying I'm winning. I'm saying it's unlikely to get heads up after this end.
Brewer feeling confident.
Is that your guys' thoughts before?
Yeah.
Elimination? You guys winning it?
Yeah.
We were saying we put after the ridiculous hand. It just makes sense.
It's the flop. 10-6-3, a safe one for the 7s. Brewer looking for that ace. Does not find it on the turn. Chris Brewer is down to just 3 outs to stay alive in this tournament.
Oh,
Over, it's Ace.
goodness.
Come on.
How in the world did he do it? The mullet.
He was feeling it, and he found it.
1.630. I can count one stack down just to make sure.
Certainly don't fault Brewer for the limp and just jam it home with ace-5 against the chip leader, Ali, who's known
Now I got
to be messing around and putting pressure on you. But how about this dirty beat? That face says it all for Ali.
You're so nice today. Oh, man.
Oh,
How'd that happen?
you like bad beats?
Yeah.
Well,
What the hell, baby?
you came to the right
Big
stream.
XP, man, I don't know.
True.
Ace on the river. Means Brewers are chip leader.
Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, a million.
Whoa, man.
50.
And it means
Wow,
Ali,
man,
who
everything.
started the day as the short stack,
2.2.
quickly assumed the role of chip leader, is now back in the role of short stack.
Didn't take much, Jeff. One coin flip and then one 70-30 spot there. He was a huge favorite. Barry Greenstein buried him on the river.
110.
And now Brewer looks down at King Queen after Lin opens. Three bet to 300K. Ali has 9s in the small blind with 20 bigs.
And if somehow we can see if this money went in, there are 2 kings out there. Ali would be in another great spot.
Uses the time bank for an additional 30 seconds to act.
All in?
All in.
All of it.
How much, Ali?
1,030,000? Or
I don't think that Ren Lin is even
1,030,000.
considering
1,030,000.
putting it in with King Jack offsuit here. He's got a player behind him, the chip leader, who's already 3-bet. That is Chris
sorry,
Brewer.
1,050,000. My bad, yeah.
1,050,000, right? It's very same.
10 seconds.
Oh, told Jimmy again.
Goes
Told
fold,
you.
fold. And Ali will show the 9 of hearts.
9.
If you don't do, I shove him. But
Perhaps
I
an
think
important
you
pot
strong.
for
I had some really good
Imsirovic.
calls. I don't know how you
It was, and
does.
Brewer folded very quickly, understanding, I guess, that Ali just has a very narrow range of hands there that he can 4-bet all
Hands
in
on a
for
real
only
hand, I
20
don't know.
big blinds, and King Queen offsuit does not perform all that well.
It's good double for me.
I wasn't calling you.
On the bigger blind, right? Just always forget the bigger blind.
100.
Here comes Brewer again. Ali with another wired pair. Pocket 5s, which I'm uncertain if it's for this tournament, but I know Ali Imsirovic has sold action over at pocket5s.com on the staking portion of the site. If you guys want a little piece of the pie, make sure you go check them out at pocket5s.com staking.
Yep.
Ali Imsirovic, Eric Seidel, Daniel Negreanu, among others that are selling action. Adam Hendricks, who won a tournament just a couple days ago. He won a lot of money for investors.
Lin defends here with the 10-8 and does flop the open ender. That's the double gutter for Brewer. check call. Eight of clubs on the turn. The straight comes in for Brewer along with the straight flush draw.
We know Lin likes to gamble. This is dangerous now for him as he acquires that pair that is in absolute dusty land.
Brewer will fire once again on the turn.
325.
225,000. Quick call by Lin. Almost 1.1 million in this pot. River brings a 10, so it's 2 pair for Lin. Brewer straight is best.
Huh?
And again, a concerning card for Lin. Keep in mind, Brewer open under the gun. If he bets again, would be representing some sort of straight, perhaps a flush. There are certainly a variety of bluffs that can be there. Lin has 2 pair. This will be a very tough spot for him. Perhaps, depending on the sizing, may feel inclined to have to pay him off.
It's definitely a shove for chips, but
Give me the money.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, we will not be giving you the money. Brewer checks back the straight.
I shuffle your call.
If you shove the river,
I shuffle and turn you.
yeah, I'm not folding this one.
I shuffle turn you call.
Straight flush draw.
Straight flush draw.
Open end.
You're straight flush draw?
Yeah, I'm not folding.
And you heard Brewer say
you got it.
briefly, effectively, if there were no ICM considerations, I would shove here. Right? He said if this was for chips, I'd call.
only your
Or I'd
fold.
shove, excuse me.
Only a photo in the flop.
Yeah, if you shove the
I
flop,
did hear that,
flop the
although I'm
fold.
wondering
Yeah,
why
I'll
we're not
find
betting
it.
like a quarter of the pot.
I did too. Well, I had double gutter.
I guess for the times that we do get shoved down and we have to fold, but do they ever have bluffs there?
Like the ace of clubs.
Like ace
in
of
their
clubs
hands,
and something out?
and like
Yeah.
a pair.
Some small pair?
I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever. Check, win the money,
Move on.
build that castle. Chip leader, 43% of the chips. Brewer's clearly doing it well today. Let me ask you, Jeff, what's your price?
For what?
You're going to grow a mullet like this guy, Chris
Oh.
Brewer. You're getting paid a monthly stipend. What is
But
your
I think
price?
I shuffle the river, I still
Per
call.
month, and I'm serious. How much per month?
Do I know whether it interferes with any potential gigs?
Oh no, yeah, like Brewer's. He's working right now with a mullet.
Right.
You would be working. With
Okay,
your,
but it's not
you're
like
going to
PokerGo
work.
producers would tell me, hey, you can't do that.
No, you're going to work.
Okay, so
yeah.
I have a job for
You've
sure.
got a job. Yeah,
Okay.
and I don't think they're going to cut you for growing your hair. Isn't that? Can't you? You can't do that to somebody.
I think you could suggest a few things. But yeah, you're right. I understand the point.
How much you got?
What's your price?
151.
You think about that after this hand. I'll give
Okay,
it to you.
there we go.
Brewer shoves with the ace-4 diamonds in the
This card was
small
so
blind.
nice.
Ali
Oh, whoa.
has the ace of clubs and the deuce behind it.
Bullshit. I got.
You should have just raised.
I mean, my hand wasn't.
You fold an
We were
ace.
we were gonna chop most of the time.
Maybe you give me like 5K a month or so.
But I was
5K a month,
Yeah, so I get
5K a month,
$60,000,
60 grand a year, and you will grow a mullet.
maybe a little more.
I mean, this seems like it's-
USPO brought to you in part by Tequila Comisario.
I know a couple guys
Extra
that might
premium.
want to pony that up and watch
Yeah,
you
maybe I
just
should
grow
raise
that
that one
mullet.
up.
This is public
10K a
now.
month?
That's out in the world. Now, you already stated 5.
Yeah.
Right? Is that?
Not binding.
It's not binding.
No.
110.
About 80.
Got about 9, 5,
In the 8.
7, 8, plus
It's 8. Yeah. Correct.
Meme Sauce says I would publicly box these announcers.
I'm
What's
a
your
big
price
guy,
to
man.
get in
How
the
big?
ring?
Yeah, I might take you up on that. Engel's not happy. They might cut you off for affiliating with Hanks and his nonsense hypothetical.
Well, yeah, that's true.
No. Seth Idding says, you see the thing about mullets here on the Mullet Network, I would absolutely watch the Mullet Network
You'd be
if
a
that
huge
existed.
fan.
Yeah.
Regis is watching from Brazil. Thanks for tuning in. Let us know where you all are tuning in from. We know we have a worldwide audience. Appreciate every single one of you. Big audience today on YouTube. And what can that audience do?
Well, right now, you need to subscribe immediately, first and foremost.
Thank you.
Next, thumbs up.
Yep.
Click it right now. We have to have 1,000 thumbs up, 1,000 likes, or we will not bring you a free stream tomorrow. Got to hit 1,000.
So click like, click subscribe, and then let us know in the chat where you're watching us from. How about that?
There you go.
The triple crown of YouTube.
We are live, Choey the Chiefer, on about a 30-minute delay or so.
Viewers from Belgium, from Colorado, from Ohio. Look at Jeremy Ausmus in event number 3. Busto in third for almost $106,000. Was able to lurk, was able to ladder a little bit. Accumulate some points in the race for the Golden Eagle Trophy. Followed that up with a cash in event number 4.
6? No, 1.445.
Adam Hendricks was on top of his game, by the way, taking down event number 3.
110, right?
Put on a heck of a show. All-time winningest player from the great state of Alaska.
Lin will
6
defend
people there that
here
have played poker
against the all-time winningest player from Bosnia. Ace 6 deuce, a good one for Imsirovic. Viewers from the UK, from New York, Utah, India, Ireland, Chicago, Baltimore.
I see Bradford, Pennsylvania. I'll tell you,
There we
Jeff,
go.
do you know anything special about Bradford,
yeah.
Pennsylvania?
I do not know.
It is the home
What's my
of the
hockey
one
tools?
and only Zippo lighters.
Whoa.
How about that? You ever heard of a Zippo?
No.
You've never heard of a Zippo?
It's a
Have
lighter.
you ever
It's the
used
lighter
a lighter
brand.
in your life?
Very rarely.
It's the classic metal sort of container looking lighter where
Oh,
you
okay.
flip open the cap. You have to fill it with fuel.
Yeah, some fluid.
And then it's got the classic with your thumb, you kind of spark it. You've never heard of a Zippo?
No. I've heard of a lighter.
Astonishing.
I don't smoke.
You don't need to
Ausmus with
smoke
ace
to know what a
10 on the
Zippo is, for crying out loud.
125.
I don't smoke, and I know what a Zippo is.
Brewer defends with the 7-5. Comes ace king 6. Can you find a Zippo lighter at the PokerGo shop?
No, we don't sell
You
Zippo
don't
lighters
sell Zippo
inside, but you can
lighters,
probably go to Zippo, no free ads, of course, Zippo.com and get yourself a Zippo lighter. They sell
Well, I
it
figured
everywhere.
I could do that. I was
Very
just
nice.
curious.
I
because
actually, when I won my bracelet back in, well, a decade
the
ago,
Stone Ages.
2012, a good friend of mine who I used to play a ton of poker with in Salamanca, New York, Western New York,
Yeah, it's,
was way up for Zippo. And he sent me a Zippo
you know,
lighter
this is
with my name
unfortunate. I'm
on
going to
it,
have to
Jeff.
cut this
my
off. As
picture's
poker
there,
items
Jeff.
for every poker
All right?
enthusiast can be found in the PokerGo shop.
Yeah.
Head on over to shop.pokergo.com to check out our collection of shirts, hoodies, hats, and even exclusive memorabilia items. No
Any
lighters.
Zippos?
No lighters, unfortunately.
Oh.
Shop now at shop.pokergo.com.
A lot of no gamble, no future merch over there as well. The shop is full. Get in there right now. Start buying what we've got. That stuff is selling fast.
Sorry I cut off that story. It sounded like it was great.
It's a great story,
Well,
Jeff.
we'll
It's,
get
it's
back to
my
that.
winner's photo
Brewer with eights.
holding up the bracelet on the front of a Zippo. I still have the Zippo. Of course I still have
Ooh,
the
and
Zippo.
Imsirovic with ace queen.
Oh, gosh. These two will collide once more. seems inevitable. Keep in mind, Lin only has 10 big blinds.
Out of 20K pay jump from fourth to third.
370.
Imsirovic 3 bets to 370,000.
One.
All of it, and the call, and here we go. Again, these two will battle. Imsirovic all in and at risk with ace-queen. Brewer has pocket eights. Brewer would take a commanding chip lead if his eights win this pot. And Imsirovic would take the chip lead back if the ace-queen won. Ten, 5-3, 8 still best. They're 5 on the turn.
Can Brewer do it again?
Still best. This time he does not want to see an ace on the river.
Didn't work versus me.
Oh, so close.
And he doesn't.
Yeah.
We say good game to Ali Imsirovic, out in fourth for $66,000. What a roller coaster ride for him.
Swing upon swing, and Brewer winning back-to-back coin flips against Ali Imsirovic. That is unheard of
Can I be your friend?
in the modern era.
You know, he's not nice for you, you know.
You guys give me some room over here?
63% of the chips in play now for Chris Brewer, up over 100 big blinds. Ren Lin only has 6% of the chips in play.
He doesn't
Like,
do it,
seriously.
like-
I don't.
How much? So you have 2.2, 2.5.
And Brent again.
I have 2 points.
Jeremy Ausmus
He's
just
just
kind of
there.
lying in the weeds.
Just there.
Oh, no.
Just
There's no
non-stop
blind
top 3 finishes for
I
Jeremy Ausmus
don't know.
for about a year straight.
Whatever you want to do.
Mistake.
Home game rules.
Already won the PokerGO Cup, our first major of the year. Now looking to be a contender
Only one
for the
big
U.S.
blind, right?
Poker Open title.
Okay.
Bring it to us, Lynn. The no gamble, no future
I
sticker.
don't know what happened to the 100.
And the all in.
That's never lose.
I felt the ace-5 coming, man.
You did. You really brought that home. That was impressive.
I knew it.
Look at the stack in front of Brewer.
If you like that
You
stack and you like that
you
mullet,
really
keep
turned
on
in your
clicking the
league.
thumbs
Still have
up
the
and the like
confidence.
button on
After
YouTube.
all
We
the
are
beatdowns,
close.
still have that
inching
confidence
our way
against
towards
him.
1,000. We need 1,000 to come back again
it's
tomorrow.
time, right?
And if you're
It
new,
is time.
subscribe. Just do it. Do it now. You won't regret it. We put tons of free streams on our channels. And in order to continue to do so, you guys got to show us the support from home. Just start clicking buttons. That's all. That's all we ask.
How much is it?
The sticker's out. No gamble, no future. It helps when you have ace-king. But still, Brent, no gamble, no future.
Yeah. Great spot to gamble. Brewer might be getting an okay price.
565?
Only
Oh, this is closer than I
6
thought.
blinds
I
with
think
ace
it's
high.
still- Maybe.
Brewer leaning fold.
I actually thought
It seems like, but
it wasn't really planning on doing anything.
now he thinks it's perhaps a bit closer than he originally thought. Time bank used for another 30 seconds to act.
Sort of senses the sort of strength that he's up against, right? Obviously, ace-6, not a great hand. Problem is Lin does not have many chips, only 12 bigs to start. We're still ahead of hands like king-queen, king-jack suited.
No, I fold.
Place
Good
it down.
fold. Really tough
no gamble,
fold.
no future.
Big hand. I had ace.
Ace no good. Kicker no good.
Ace. My kick hole is probably no good.
Oh, 2 tie.
I really was like not remotely considering a call, and then the count came, and I was like, oh fuck.
Go for go. I don't believe you got ace. You fold it.
Ace 6 off.
How to fold it? Only 10 bigger blind. 3 players.
11 bigs. Tight shove.
But you already put 2 bigger blind.
I know. I know.
Voice of Tournament Director Paul Campbell resuming event number 6, the 15K 8-game mix.
Nice little turnout over there as well in the 8-game mix. Last I checked, we were at 25 runners. That's a $15,000 buy-in, up to 27 entrants now. Your current chip leader is Alex Livingston. Remember?
Oh, he's had a nice series
He
so
has.
far.
He's quietly been lurking. A lot of final table TV bubbles. Of course, he final tabled the World Series of Poker main event just a couple years ago. How about Jean-Robert Balland, second in chips? Steven Chidwick is third. El Jefe Kerry Katz is fourth. And Chino Ream is fifth in chips.
Chino, good to see him at the PokerGo studio.
Yeah. Now easy, Tozy, huh? Now easy, Tozy.
Easy.
Crazy, this guy.
Well, this is great from Jason Parker. I'm not saying they're the same person, but I've never seen Ben Affleck and Jeremy Ausmus together in the same place.
Right?
Oh,
I do see a lot
I
of
believe so.
Ben Affleck and Jeremy Ausmus.
same. Did you watch Deep Water on Hulu, the new Ben Affleck movie?
I have not. Did you check it out?
I did, yeah.
Any good?
It can happen. Definitely.
Wasn't
Good
quite
for
my
Deep
favorite, but out of respect to the stars, I thought I'd tune it.
Now, are you happy
Ana de
that
Armas.
he's back together with J-Lo?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, why is
I
that?
think that's a good relationship for both.
Yeah, a healthy
I
relationship.
think it's healthy. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Both matured. Big fan of his co-star in the Hulu movie.
Who's that, Jeff?
Ana de Armas.
Ana de Armas.
Yeah,
Why are you a big fan?
great actress. Brewer raises it up with the King 5 of Hearts to 175,000.
You're trying to avoid this. What else has she been in that I'd be familiar with? I've never heard the name.
Yeah, I think you would know.
500.
Ooh, Ausmus. With a 3-bet to 500,000.
Oh, this is pretty stuff by the most beautiful man in poker, so it only makes sense. Does it with the bag.
Ouch.
Queen 6 off. Brewer knows that these sorts of holdings, Queen 6, King 3, King 4, King 5 off, he's going to peel with King 5 suited.
Lin on the outside looking in, hoping for chaos. Might just get it.
Well, we're in the streets right now. This is a stone cold fight.
Jack 4 deuce with 1 heart.
Big gulp out of Ausmus. I don't think he expected Brewer to call in this spot.
The down bet to 275,000.
Very small at that. Brewer has a lot of backdoor equity in his hand. Getting a great price, and I have to imagine if he suspects that Ausmus can absolutely be out of line. Look at this.
Check raise to 600,000.
Oh, this is top shelf on full display. The man with the magical mullet.
The best of the best at the U.S. Poker Open. Ausmus lays it down. Brewer extends his chip lead. That was a fascinating hand.
Wow.
A small check raise.
Inside
With
the mind
backdoor
of this
straight draw,
guy.
backdoor flush draw with the king.
Did not expect any of that from Brewer, especially the call pre-flop. Further separation now as the chip leader. Ausmus knocked down to roughly 30 big blinds. Brewer all the way up to 120 big blinds. Just dominating. And of course, Ren Lin, our short stack, 13 bigs.
Brewer's going to open with the 10-5. Lin has the queen-9 suited in the big blind.
There it is.
Yep.
It's time.
No gamble, no future. All of it in the fold. I think 4 for 4.
Great
on
sticker.
sticker
I think you
usage.
can buy those in the shop
There
as
we
well.
go.
Shop.pokergo.com. Who doesn't love a nice sticker?
Three players remain at event number 5, the USPO. Final 3 guaranteed $85,800. About a 46K pay jump from 3rd to 2nd. Then with the king-8 suited in the small blind. Brewer has a decision here, I guess. Hasn't put his cards yet in the RFID reader. Ends up laying it down. Let's see him. The king-9. Lin gets away with one. And that'll send our players off to a quick break. Before we go to a break, let's take a look at the leaderboard. It is presented by Global Poker, free poker at its best, and Chris Brewer's name is on top. Almost 6 million in chips. Can Brewer close things out at the US Poker Open? We're back after this. And here
Wait, I need the
we
puggy to
I should tell
go.
Paul. Paul, 150 40 for sure. Yeah.
15K, 30K is the player set with a
Yeah.
30K big blind ante.
So then 21 minutes.
Somehow we
left.
haven't mentioned this guy, Ali Imsirovic, the Bosnian bandit. His first final table here at 2022 US Poker Open, and incoming Mr. Peters.
The ace-8. Jeremy Ausmus, our PokerGO Cup champion. Ren Lin out of the way. Chris Brewer, mullet and all, lays it down. Here's Petrangelo with the 7-8 off. Petrangelo versus Peters. We've seen this matchup for years.
Certainly have, and we're going to see it for many more years to come. Little defense from Petrangelo. 7-8 offsuit, plays just fine, heads up.
The flop does come 9-7-5, so Petrangelo with a pair and a gutter. Peters has that gutter in 8 high.
Jimmy, how much is that?
Favorable texture for the big blind's range. As we can see, he did in fact smash this board. Peters recognizes that this is not great. He has that equity in his mind. Ace high,
1.075.
has a gut shot as well. Very delayed check by Petrangelo. I think he took a full. Damn near 30 seconds.
Peters will check back. Turn brings the Queen of Hearts. 185K in the pot, as you see in the bottom right corner of your screen.
Petrangelo again taking a great deal of time here. There it is, the knuckle. He's got, Petrangelo, a sort of a bluff catcher holding. He's not going to fold. In the event that Peters were to try and bet this turn, that is a decent turn card for him. Both players content to get the showdown. Let's see if Petrangelo attempts to eke out a little value here, suspecting that that 7 is good. What hands is he hoping to get called by? Peters suggesting that he has nothing but ace high. He's reaching.
He will lead here. Lead small for 40K. Peters out of the way, and Nick Petrangelo takes down the first hand of this final table.
It's hard to fold in those spots. You're facing essentially a min bet, getting an unbelievable price with just ace high.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Lives in New York, but owns that shop in Augusta, Georgia, as we take you up close to Nick Petrangelo, who raises it up with the ace queen. Cool look at this final table.
Oh.
Imsirovic has kings.
Oh, it's cold in here now.
Oh my. Starting the hand with less than 30 bigs.
This has cooler written all over it. Imsirovic is our short stack. Petrangelo is our chip leader.
150.
The 3-bet to 150,000.
Buckle up. There's about to be a wreck at this table.
What did you start with?
880.
Nick is a little bit disgusted. Just if you stuff it here, you're hoping to get the quick fold. Ali would never call with a hand like ace jack. He's hoping that Ali is light. There's a chance that maybe he could elect to simply just flat call here, Jeff, and keep the pot sort of on the smaller side, low variance approach. But ace queen might just be too good. There it
Yeah,
is.
all of it. The all in, the call, and here we go. Ali Imsirovic, the one at risk, but in pretty good shape to find the double up. And that double up would award him the chip lead. Such a critical pot.
King Ollie, I think you're dead.
Why'd you tell me that, man?
$10-5-4, a safe one for Ali, a couple backdoor draws for Petrangelo. Lin will flick in the call.
Hey, what?
Chris Brewer holds a significant chip lead at the final table of event number 5 here at the PokerGo studio in Las Vegas, Nevada, where we welcome you back to our coverage of the 2022 U.S. Poker Open. Jeff Platt alongside Brent Hanks and Brent. It's Brewer way ahead of Ausmus and Lin.
Yeah, he's got that fancy play syndrome going today. We have seen some moves unlike any before out of Chris Brewer. Just dismantling this final table.
Leaderboard brought to you by Global Poker, free poker at its best. Brewer in first, Ausmus in second, Lin the short stack. The blinds have gone up 30K, 60K with a 60K big blind ante, which puts Lin at about 15 bigs.
How many bigs was it?
40.
30.
Puts Ausmus at about 25.
You have 1.5, right?
Yeah.
Nine
180.
deuce offsuit. Watch him go to work. There it is. Straight pressure on Ausmus, who has to be very aware of Lin and his significant short stack. Ren Lin only has 15 big blinds, so Brewer taking advantage of this handcuff opportunity. Doesn't matter the strength of his hand. He's just hoping to get a lot of folds right here. In the events that he is called, he's hoping to get a dry texture or a favorable flop that would represent a better portion of his range to take it away post flop as well.
And he is called here by Ausmus with the Queen 3 suited. Comes Queen 8 deuce, 1 heart, top pair for Ausmus, bottom pair for Brewer.
And a dream flop really for Ausmus off that middling stack. Anytime you flop top pair in position against the chip leader, you are feeling oh so good. And you noticed that Brewer's plan has changed as he did connect with a pair.
8 of hearts on the turn.
And a sneaky little check back by Ausmus as well. It's one of those way ahead, way behind moments. This is a value bet for Brewer. He feels that that deuce is good. He's hoping to win it right here. Unlikely he would ever get raised unless he was up against some sort of 8. And even that hand would likely trap. Ausmus has the whole world, top pair and a flush draw. It's going to get awfully murky on the river as Ausmus does just call here, Jeff. And here's why. The presence of 2 flush draws. Chris is trying to understand, what can I be up against that I'm still beating with this little duckling?
4 of clubs on the river. Ausmus's hand is best. 700K on the pot. He has about 1.2 million behind.
The puppy paws do come home. That flush draw on the front side that came in on the flop does come home. Does Chris Brewer think that this deuce is good enough to check call? Perhaps it's a check fold candidate. I suspect Ausmus recognizes that his top pair is probably the best hand, and he's just going to show it down. And hopes that he's not going to get check raised all in. It's a nice little pickup for Ausmus.
As he moves to about 1.9 million in chips. It is time, Brent, for a crew member of the day, and it's the commish.
Oh, there he
Tim
is.
Duckworth, the commissioner of the PGT.
Ducky.
A big part of our live reporting at PGT.com. Along with Brandon for the series, and Remco jumping in the live reporting streets, I think, yesterday.
Wow, look at that.
Remco ranked him
Blast
up
from the
back.
past. You never get Remco out there. Tim Duckworth, these guys are putting in long hours. They're here about the same time we show up. A couple hours before the show begins, and Duck stays all the way till the end. Doing live
so do
reporting,
we.
does write-ups.
Yeah, we're there as long as Tim is, right?
Well,
Our
Jeff,
days are just as long.
gotta tell you, not exactly.
Ace queen for Ausmus. Tim Duckworth, perhaps the unofficial commissioner of the PGT.
Yeah, not an official title, but we like to call him the
he's
commish.
the commish.
Yeah.
Ausmus with ace queen in the small blind. Lin with 15 bigs to start this hand.
All in.
All of it. And Lin with just jack 5.
We know Lin is not calling with jack 5 offsuit. A little posture here.
No gamble, no future?
A little acting there. This is not a no gamble, no future hand. Absolutely not.
Ausmus at 2 million, the PokerGO Cup champion, with his 3rd consecutive cash here at the US Poker Open. The 4th cash at the USPO in his career. Just 1 cash last year at this series, and that was part of a time period where he was just ice cold, where he would come into the studio day after day and just get crushed.
And it happens. Variance is unfortunately part of the game for the majority of folks anyway. Unless you're on a little sun run.
Sticker goes in for Lin, all of it. Brewer makes the call with the ace-9, and he's in fantastic shape to eliminate Ren Lin.
Strong. Lady always ain't home.
Lin needs some help.
No gamble, no future, my man.
Yep.
You got nothing against natural 9.
Nothing. Natural 9, nothing.
Come on, ladies.
King 9-7. 9s for both. Lin looking for a queen. It's a backdoor straight draw. Calls for it on the turn. It doesn't come. He'll need it on the river to stay alive. Lady Gaga does not arrive.
Nice playing with you.
It's a king on the river. That'll do it for Tony. Ren Lin finishes in third place.
I thought it was a queen.
$85,800 and 86 more points for Lin.
He's there. He really does have a legitimate shot at the Golden Eagle thus far.
This is mine.
Sounds to me like he's going to go play a little 8 game, maybe the first time ever.
With that, we'll get set for heads-up play between Chris Brewer and Jeremy Ausmus. A look at the chip counts provided by Global Poker. Free poker at its best. Brewer, about 6.2 million. Ausmus, starting heads-up play at about 2 million in chips. 3-1 chip lead for Brewer. But crazier things have happened.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you got 30 big blinds. If you're Jeremy Ausmus, you got plenty of ammo. We've seen this time and time again. I expect a very methodical back and forth. We have high-level, high-thinking players here. Both of these two spend perhaps more time studying than they do playing.
About $46,000 separates first and second place. A look at the payouts presented by StormX. More than 178K up top, 178 points in the race for that Golden Eagle trophy.
It's only fitting that we've got the mullet versus the model.
We'll start with Brewer limping in, still at this 30K, 60K level. 60K big blind ante. 8-7-7, 2 clubs. Ausmus flops the flush draw. Chris Brewer's second heads-up appearance in the last couple weeks, won a 10K at EPT Prague.
You said he also got a 4th place in the 50K too? Wow, he had a heck of a little
Nice little run in the
trip
Czech
to
Republic.
Prague, yeah.
You ever been to Prague?
Got to tell you, Jeff, I've never been anywhere.
Figured that.
Certainly not Prague. I'd love to go there someday. I'd love to go anywhere someday.
You have a passport?
Don't have a passport.
Okay,
I'll
good to
certainly
know.
need to work on that. I have a full house on board.
Yes, you do. Everybody does.
Yeah. Not a lot of trips, really. I went to Denver
It's a big
last
trip.
week.
Yeah.
That was pretty big for me. Felt like another country. How many trips a year do you take outside of the United States?
Outside of the States, maybe 3.
3 trips a year.
It's mostly just Cabo.
Well, that's a qualifier.
It counts.
You
it
love
counts.
it there, yeah.
Love it.
You go down there with the fam?
Yeah, with the fam or
Yeah.
with some friends. No, no friends. So yeah, really just with the fam.
Little lucky lady by your side, maybe this
Oh,
year at
yeah,
Cabo? huh?
perhaps.
Yeah.
That'd be the dream, huh?
Now, if that doesn't work out, you thinking maybe I should go with you? Is
Yeah,
that-
I think
that
maybe
what
I'll
you're
book a trip for 2.
asking about the
for
passport.
kind of the
Just,
fall months.
I'll have it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can kind of jump in last second as a replacement.
that'd be great. Now, why don't you go anywhere else in the world? Are you just you love Cabo and you don't like anywhere else?
Oh, I love traveling.
Yeah, you just
Just a
don't like to
further
go
trip.
there.
No, I would love to go to Europe. You want to go to Europe?
From the 2 of us.
Let's go to Cyprus.
I don't. I'm good.
Oh,
I
you
would
like
go to
staying.
Cyprus for that to work.
For Super High Roller Bowl Europe?
Everything. I can just get on Google Maps and it'll take me anywhere I
It's
want to
the
go in the
same
world.
thing. Let's take a look at the 2022 PGT leaderboard. Tony Sinistad, out of his win, after his win at Win Millions,
All the time.
is in first. Jeremy Ausmus is named just outside the top 5. He's in 6th place.
Well, he will undoubtedly jump into the top 5 here today, right? Can he pass Ali Imsirovic today?
Well, let us take a look.
I think it was very close.
150.
And
I think he'd be just short.
the importance for the leaderboard, it's really all about the top 21.
Yeah.
Come December for the PGT Championship, the grand finale event, the top 21 will all qualify based on their points, based on the standings for a $500,000 free roll. Winner take all.
21 players to start.
21 to
A
start.
$500K first place prize.
That's right. And the starting stacks will be different for every single player based on how many points you've earned throughout the year. So obviously you're incentivized to continue to climb that leaderboard. That will give you more chips in the PGT Championship.
Oh, I love that. It would not surprise me at all to see either one of these two in the mix at the end of the year at that PGT Championship.
Considering how often they play, and Ausmus also a mixed game player as well, yeah, it'd be difficult for him to not be inside the top 21. In fact, he might have enough points right now to stop playing, as he's in 6th, to simply already earn his spot, if you will.
Sizable raise by Brewer here. Goes 3.5x with the Queen 4 diamonds. Ausmus calls with the 10-9. And he flops a 10, but it's top pair for Chris Brewer. Check, check, and the jack rolls off on the turn. It's the straight for Ausmus along with a straight flush draw.
What a beautiful ticket for this beautiful creature that is Jeremy Ausmus. Life's not fair. You run good, you look good. Guys like you and I, Jeff, that's why we're stuck in the booth.
Well, yeah, that's right. After Ausmus checks, Brewer fires 120,000.
Yeah, Mullet sort of just trying to get a little value for that top pair on this disgustingly wet board. No matter what Ausmus does, whether he check raises, check calls, allows him to get the showdown on the river, he's clearly going to be knuckling behind.
River brings another 10.
And that, again, is just another terrible card for Chris Brewer to look at. If you were ever concerned about Ausmus having some sort of 10 with a spade, of course, we know he had a 10 with a straight and a spade in his hand. Got the whole world in his hands,
Yeah.
Mr. Ausmus.
A lot of it.
Ausmus drags another pot. Hit the music as we take a look at our hand of the day presented by Global Poker, free poker at its best. And Brent, how do we not choose this one? The 3-bet pre-flop by Jeremy Ausmus with just Queen 6. Brewer making the call with the King 5 suited. The flop comes Jack 4 deuce with 1 heart. And Brewer lines up the check raise.
It was pre-flop and it was post-flop. Chris Brewer, skill set, full display. That is top shelf liqueur right there. You can't find this anywhere else. Well done, Mr. Brewer.
Ausmus limps here with the King Deuce. Brewer check with Queen 3. 7-6-5, 2 clubs. Gutter for Brewer. Both Ausmus and Brewer looking for their 8th career title. Jeremy Ausmus 7-8, heads up lifetime. Chris Brewer is 7-4.
It really is remarkable for Brewer. I mean, he didn't come onto the scene until about 2 years ago. Showed up, started playing in a variety of the high rollers. Now Ausmus, we already know, he's got potential Hall of Fame resume written all over him. He has been around the block and back. So for Brewer to share 9 wins along with Ausmus is pretty impressive. Excuse me, 7 wins is very impressive.
Brewer's first tournament win came in December of 2020. Ausmus's came in 2012. Both were mostly cash game players before they really dove into tournaments. Ausmus's last win came just last month at the 15K at the PokerGO Cup. Part of 4 top 3 finishes there en route to that trophy.
How much is in play? 8.2 only?
8.25.
You have like 5.5 or something. That's all right.
He's got 7s here. Another big raise from Brewer on the button.
Yeah, that is a great observation, Jeff, that the larger raise sizing from Brewer is something unorthodox. We have not seen this from any of the high rollers when they've gotten a heads-up play. Typically, it's min raise, 2.2, 2.5x at most.
The 3-bet to 660,000. Brewer making the call. Just like that, there's almost 1.4 million in the middle.
An ace-7. I mean, you've got ace-high, heads-up. You know you're up against Mr. Ausmus, who
Ace, Queen, Jack.
Ausmus is so capable of 3-betting light, which we saw from the hand of the day a moment ago where he only had Queen 6 offsuit. Certainly Brewer has heard back about that hand. A disastrous flop for Jeremy Ausmus. Rather than just shut it down, he decides he's going to try and tell the story and represent this portion of his range. Yes, he only has 2 7s. But what other hands for value would he be 3-betting with pre-flop? All of which, in some way, shape, or form, could be connecting with this. Your ace-jacks, your ace-queens, your king-queens, your ace-kings, all of that good stuff. 2 jacks, 2 queens. Oh,
The turn
no.
is the case 7.
How? How?
The set of 7s for Ausmus and 2 pair for Brewer. About 2.2 million in this pot. Ausmus has 1.5 million behind.
And now Ausmus hoping he is in fact up against some sort of ace.
1 million?
Here we go.
Yeah, like how much behind? There's some. That's 600 behind.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 30.
All in.
The all-in, the call.
This is not the size I meant to
Oh, fuck me. What the fuck?
The reaction from Chris
fuck is
Brewer,
that
That's
phone?
about
an understandable one.
I completely, yeah, I see it, but I'm just thinking how I completely, like, didn't mean to bet this amount.
Brewer flabbergasted at that
Use this
turn
10
card.
chips.
If he can find another ace on the river, this tournament is over.
That was a fucking, what a tom.
And instead, Jeremy Ausmus has the chip lead.
So that's 1 point,
It's been that kind of
Wow.
stretch for Jeremy Ausmus.
1.53.
Everything he does turns to gold. The case hockey stick shows up on the turn. And this 1980s NHL player has nothing but that to say with that face and that mullet. Disgusted.
Ausmus's 3rd straight cash at the U.S. Poker Open. If he's able to hold on to this chip lead as we take a look at the leaderboard presented by Global Poker, free poker at its best, he will take the lead in the overall series standings at the USPO. A win here would put him at 305 points, 3 points ahead of Shannon Shore.
For sure.
who started this series off with a
For some
win.
reason,
And considering
I
that
had,
we
like,
know
20
Ausmus will play
tickets on
every
that.
single event at a high level, all of a sudden becomes the clear favorite to take home the Golden Eagle, which would be back-to-back majors inside the studio. He just came off a title, taking home the PokerGO Cup not so long ago. I would say it's Jeremy Ausmus and Daniel Negreanu that would be your front runners, despite Negreanu not being in the top 5. But because he
lying
plays,
in the weeds,
he's
he's
lying in
an
the
8.
weeds.
Yeah.
He's inside the top 10. Plays every game so well.
Check.
This is Chris Brewer's first cash here at the USPO in 2022. 3-3 on the flop.
Now, if he turns a 7 here, things are a little too spooky for me, Jeff. Just queen high for Brewer coming along for the ride. Absolutely, why not? You're ahead of hands, well, exactly like what Ausmus is holding.
Turn is a 4.
This is strong right here, Ausmus. He's going to dial up a second barrel, aggressive from the chip leader.
Gets it done. All the momentum on this side of the table. Ausmus now with about a 2-1 chip lead. And it is giveaway time. How about that? And you could win one of 14 special high-stakes poker items. Just go to giveaway.pokergo.com and enter for a chance to win signed photos, felts, and cards from Doyle Brunson, from That Man, Daniel Negreanu, from Phil Ivey, and more. That is giveaway.pokergo.com to enter for free.
Did you see that hoodie on the left? That is the Rushmore of poker.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that great? That's a new design we have out there.
At the shop?
At the shop. One for high stakes poker and one for no gamble, no future
Beautiful.
as well.
Kings and 10s for Ausmus.
Bet 60.
Brewer firing 60K. Ausmus lining up a check raise. Quick fold by Brewer. We play on. 66 entries in this one, a prize pool of $660,000. More than 178K of it up top. 132,000 a second. Lin, Imsirovic, Petrangelo, Peters rounding out a stacked final table. USPO presented in part by StormX, PokerGo's exclusive cryptocurrency partner.
You have a position yet, Jeff, with cryptocurrency and StormX?
Not much of one.
No.
How about you?
Nothing, no.
Yeah,
I was
nothing,
kind of hoping
no.
maybe they would
Do they
just...
give us crypto as part of the deal?
I thought maybe we'd be
Be nice.
gifted some StormX.
But not yet?
No.
How do we check to see
I don't know.
if
Maybe we
it's-
gave them the wrong email. It's possible.
Is it an email address you give them and then they just put it in an email account?
I
They're
don't
just
know.
good to go? Yeah.
I think so. Just,
Flush for Brewer.
it's a good hand. A floosh. Yeah, I don't know how that works. You have a wallet. I mean, I have a
email?
I have a wallet. Once in a while, I use a physical wallet, but I
Okay.
don't have a
You got any crypto in there?
digital. No,
Got
I don't have any in my physical wallet. I tried to get a real physical Bitcoin. But
How's that working out?
not great. I can't
Hard to
find them
find?
anywhere.
You checked eBay?
I did a couple searches a couple months ago.
Yeah.
There was nothing there, but A lot of people look like they were trying to sell some fake ones.
Oh, got to be careful for
you
the
gotta
fakes
make sure
on
they're
eBay.
real. It's about 6,000 types of coins out there.
6,000.
I don't really get it. I don't. Maybe you and I should come up with a coin.
All right.
Come up with our own currency.
Yeah, Betcoin.
We have
We already
Betcoin
did,
for our
right.
show, yeah, which is.
That's physical. We could make it digital also.
I don't know if we trademark that, so that could be trouble. Yeah, we'll think of it.
Okay. We'll get back to you on that one. I'm sure it's heavily anticipated.
Yeah. It's all about the name, right? That's what sells.
Well, I have no idea. A dim the lights coin would be good.
Dim the lights
Yeah.
coin. There you go.
I'd like that one. That would sell really well. Brewer limps in. Ausmus checks the king 5 and flops a 5. We talked to Jeremy before play, asked him what was going so well throughout this last week or so, and he was first to acknowledge that he's running pretty well.
Running great, but he also believes he's playing the best poker of his career.
Good combination.
The amount of work he's put into the game away from the table. And for him, just having these results coupled with that work, it's a great feeling. I mean, you're going to hear stories about all these players that they study all the time. They've got every single thing figured out with decision making and the game trees and GTO in general, and they just don't have the results. And there's nothing more frustrating than working your ass off and getting nothing back in return except a pile of makeup. And that happens time and time again.
We see Ausmus consistently question himself at these final tables. I should have called here. I don't know about my sizing here. He says really important to stay on top of that, to never really be content. Always be working, always be learning. Hard work has paid off, to say the least, for Jeremy Ausmus. Third place in event 3, 8th place in event number 4. A top 2 finish guaranteed here. And a solid hoodie game, as you've commented on.
Every day. Don't count out Brewer's hoodie. He's got some sort of Solver hoodie on there. Range converter. Is that a company? Is that some sort of coin or a company he's associated with?
I don't think it's a coin.
No. Hesh in our chat says the problem is, Hanks, is that you're not that old to say I don't really get it. Do some research. It's not that difficult.
He doesn't get it.
Yeah,
He's not a big research guy.
Hash, yeah. Even with the, I would probably understand it even less if I tried to read about it. David F. Yeah, Brian Mycon's out here. We actually talked to Mycon before the show started today. I remember having 22 of those Bitcoins.
You had 22?
I had 22 when I spun it up on that old website that shall not be named that he owned and operated.
Yeah?
After busting a World Series event, my buddy Benvo and I, we went and we were playing some PLO, of which I didn't even know how to play. Keep in mind, this is like 2011, 12, somewhere around there.
Where
22.
Bitcoin wasn't worth that much.
Dusted it all off very quickly.
It's worth a decent
trying
amount.
Trying to move up the ranks, yeah.
Oh.
Didn't see that spike coming with the old coin.
I mean, 22 of them would be nice to have at this moment in time.
Wouldn't be a bad I mean, 2 would be nice to have. 22, I remember it very vividly. It's one of those moments where you bust your account and think, huh, why? I think I'm going to remember this, and I'm not sure why. And then you fast forward 10 years, you look back, and yeah, now I get it. Now I know why I remember that so well. Damn it.
Brewer, the overbet with 7 high, gets it done. Pretty deep in this one. Starting stack was 125,000 in chips. Levels go up every 40 minutes. Our 10K events at the US Poker Open. Be right back here tomorrow for final table coverage of the 15K 8-game mix.
I have 2.85. Yeah.
Brewer with ace-9 on the button.
He's doing it again with that
Yeah,
sizing.
he's set on the big size.
This time he's got a good enough hand compared to the rest of it. You know, here's the thing about the coins, Jeff. You can't roll up to Taco Bell and place your order using cryptocurrency, right? Can you do that anywhere?
I don't think you can. Well, anywhere, sure. I think multiple places.
But I mean,
crypto,
at normal restaurants that most people go to?
The restaurants you go to, I don't think have adapted crypto yet. Maybe they have. I don't know.
Like Wendy's.
Love Wendy's.
I know.
But
you can't use any of the coins there.
Yeah. Global Poker, free poker at its best.
Chili's. Outback Steakhouse.
Big Outback guy, yeah.
The Blooming Onion. You can't use your coins on a Blooming Onion.
I mean, maybe you could. I don't know what Outback's crypto policy is.
I think I'm just going to talk to Phil Hellmuth about crypto advice. He's
That's
got
a good idea. He's got the. Yeah.
He's got all sorts of stuff. He wears his hats and his shirts. He's probably got millions of partners, billions of coins. He's got it all figured out.
We've seen Phil at the US Poker Open over this first week. Has 1 cash. Brewer with the open ender and the flush draw. It's the board for both.
We're going to get a lot of this as these guys are so deep, tons of small ball. Keep a lookout for the big pots that certainly will inevitably escalate.
Made that ace-7 versus 7 hand even more exceptional in that it came during heads-up play.
Same.
Chop this one up.
Chopped up. Oh, good.
How about in an airport? If you want to travel, can you use your coins?
I mean,
your next trip to Cabo with the old family and old Hanksy here, are we
Yeah,
allowed to use our crypto wallet to travel and book
probably.
flights?
You can probably book flights with crypto nowadays. Yeah.
Is that a thing? Oh, that's great
I don't
news.
Know. I don't know. Any other real world examples with crypto that you want to bring up?
I don't know, but Hesh makes a good point here. See Brewer come in for the standard for him anyway, 210. Hesh says, Hanks, show me a place in the States where you can buy a Blooming Onion with a bar of gold or a Google stock. I don't think I could show him that, Jeff.
That's true.
I don't have a Google stock or bars of gold either, but
that'd be nice also to have. Zenny Eyewear for Everyone presenting sponsor of the US Poker Open. Ausmus going to go 3X on this button.
He's mixing as well. Nothing remains the same or standard for either one of these players. See a lot of limps with any 2 cards because of the price that is guaranteed plenty of 3x opens, 2x opens, 2.5x, and for Brewer, he's going more than 3x.
And I'm sure there's a thought process when you see Chris Brewer do something consistently, you start to think, oh, maybe that's the way to go.
Right.
Same could be said the other way. Brewer sees Ausmus do certain things, and okay, you need to look at that. Ausmus takes it down with the 5 deuce.
Now, if you're a farmer in the great states here, any use for crypto there?
Man, I still don't know.
You know, what do you need a bunch of those for if you're out there just plowing the fields, you know, milking the cows? I can see a lifestyle where maybe the cryptocurrency isn't that relevant. Outside, of course, our own. Very fascinating topic.
This is great, yeah. Please keep asking questions about it that I have no answer to.
Well, I know you've spent a lot of time on farms.
I certainly haven't done that.
That's why I came to you first.
Brewer flops
Well, you're
a pair
from
of queen.
Texas.
Right.
All you have are a lot of big-horned cows.
We ride horses to school.
Exactly.
Yeah.
From Texas.
Yes, sir.
Wrangle them up, lasso them up.
Ausmus check calls with ace high, backdoor flush, and straight draws. Another 8 on the turn. And Jeremy Ausmus with a win moves into first place overall. The series championship standings in the race for that Golden Eagle trophy. Brewer checks back with the queen, blank on the river. Earlier, Brewer got the chips in with ace-5 against Imsirovic's 7s. Found the ace on the river. Could that propel him to a tournament title? He's going to look for some value here with the queen. Because he could looked up by ace high. Yes, he does. Brewer gets paid off.
That feels good for Brewer, no doubt.
He's battled back a little bit.
He has after that massive cooler spot. Now up to 3.2 million again. That's 40% of the chips, more than 50 big blinds. We've got to fight. This is gonna be a grind. Oftentimes in these matches, you're a cooler away from another massive all-in confrontation. It just seems to happen time and time again.
Ausmus limps in. Brewer looks down at a couple 9s. Put in the raise to 240K.
And good enough. 10-5 suited. Ausmus, he's in there.
Flop comes queen 6-4 with 2 clubs. Brewer's 9 still best. But as you can see, plenty is working for Jeremy Ausmus here.
All of a sudden, that 10 becomes a key card as well. He's absolutely not done putting chips into the middle with this sort of holding. And defensive from Brewer. When it comes queen high, a little bit of texture. He's looking to check call. And also feel pretty good every time it goes check, check as well. And this is a weird spot for Ausmus, right? It's, if we are betting here, what are we trying to establish? That we flop top pair? Of course, he's got that flush draw. It's going to allow him to bet various streets. You can see the sort of fill-in cards that could possibly come to improve him as well. And the inevitable non-club, any 3 would open him up with a straight draw. Of course, 10, we would bounce out in front. And this is another very fun one.
Yeah, 7 of spades. That's the open-ender for Jeremy Ausmus.
This could allow him to size up a turn bet. Tons of equity, 40%. Ausmus now wondering what sorts of hands would Brewer check call with on this flop. What is it ever any sort of queen? Looks like he's a little concerned. He takes the equity right to the dome.
And finds the club on the river. Ausmus makes his flush, 940,000 in the middle.
He did not want to get blown off of that hand on the turn.
How much does he look for here?
This is just a brutal spot for Chris Brewer as well. Would Ausmus take this line with any queen? He would never check a straight on the turn. It's either a flush, somehow trip 4s, a good value bet with a queen, or it's a lot of bluffs. And you can see the pain and agony for Brewer.
As he faces this bet of 850,000. We're gonna fire out a couple time banks. One at a time for 30 seconds, more to act.
Just trying to understand Jeremy's logic throughout the hand, trying to realize what bluffs he could do this with. And anytime he had some sort of value hand, a combo draw, would he take this line as well? Great discipline fold by Chris Brewer.
Finds the laydown with the 2 9s, the correct laydown at that. Ausmus does add to his chip lead. Our day started with the back-to-back series champion, David Peters, being eliminated in 6th place for about 40K. Nick Petrangelo entered this final table with the chip lead, but he was next to go. Out in 5th for $52,800. Imsirovic went from short stack to chip leader to short stack to 4th place. Out for 66K, and then it was Ren Lin out in 3rd, his 2nd podium finish of the 2022 U.S. Poker Open. That left us with Chris Brewer and Jeremy Ausmus. Brewer started heads up with the chip lead. That lead now belongs to the PokerGO Cup champion. Brewer has ace-queen here.
And about 34 big blinds.
As they have gone up to 40K, 80K with an 80K big blind ante, and Brewer limps in, and Ausmus has 2 10s.
Buckle up. It's all going in. This is unavoidable. Notice that Brewer just sets the trap in his mind by limping that button. He thinks he's got a premium, the whole world.
And Ausmus sizing up to 330,000. The all-in.
Call.
The call, and here we go. Brewer all in and at risk with ace-queen. Ausmus with tens. Title on the line.
It's like Ausmus just woke up from a nap. Buddy, you're all in for the title. Come on, man.
Jack 8-7, two
I'm
spades.
definitely due to win a big flip against you. You've won like 10 in a row against me.
Yeah, but who's counting?
Yeah. You've won so many massive all-ins against me.
I forget them all. I forget the ones I win, except for like the ones in the last like couple days ago.
Yeah. You had that was the one where you had tens and ace-jack, where you fought like every chip in one of the tournaments you won.
What? 10?
It was blind versus blind. We had like 50 bigs each.
What? And what? How many were left?
Ausmus doesn't even
We had, like, 5
remember.
off the money or something.
What's that?
We had like 5 off the money. It was like a similar.
This week?
No, it was last year. It was the one I won.
When you win as many
Last
flips
series,
as
I did that
Ausmus
to
does.
everyone. It was sickening. It really was.
Turn card. It's the
There you
ace!
go. All right, now I just have to hold.
And to hold, that means he'll have to dodge a 9 or a 10. Brewer takes control.
He's got that sort of sick and twisted grin. He knows something's going to come, Jeff.
6 outs remain. 9 on the river!
Oh, my gosh.
The heater continues. Ausmus takes pole position at the U.S. Poker Open.
Yeah.
That's as
had a
dramatic
flush
as it
on that last
gets.
time.
I made a big fold.
Did you?
Yeah.
You had like jacks,
At 9s.
9s. Wow.
It was the correct fold by Chris Brewer with those
Good game.
9s.
Good game, buddy.
And another runner-up finish for him. He wins $132,000.
Outstanding performance. Brewer did everything right. He had a little fortune go his way early on against Ali Imsirovic. And just a bridesmaid here today. It's Jeremy Ausmus taking home another title inside this studio.
It is difficult for anybody to come in here and win flips against that man, Jeremy Ausmus, the PokerGo Cup champion, who is now the leader in the race for the Golden Eagle Trophy. Ausmus wins event number 5. We wrap it all up with this recap presented by Global Poker, free poker at its best. Ausmus wins more than $178,000. Brewer in second. Ren Lin in third. Ali Imsirovic finishes in fourth in his first cash of the USPO. Nick Petrangelo and David Peters also on the board. Peters looking for back-to-back-to-back series championships. But it's Ausmus holding up the trophy from this event, and that bigger Golden Eagle trophy could be calling his name as well. An action-packed final table with some of the best players in the world, and it certainly lived up to our expectations. The U.S. Poker Open is now in full swing. Ausmus leads the way in the race for the series championship. Thanks so much to our crew. Thanks to Brent Hanks, and most importantly, thanks to you all for watching. Our coverage will continue tomorrow with the final table of the 15K 8-game mix. Congratulations to Jeremy Ausmus, the winner of event number 5 of the 2022 U.S. Poker Open.